what we're gonna do tonight. I don't know. Probably get some more water in me. That's what I should do. All right, 14 seconds in. Howdy, my friend. My name is. I'm tired. Hi, I'm Bernardo Espanol from New York City. I'm exhausted, and this is going to be a short stream, and I'll tell that to the community if they show up tonight. But I'm tired. I have not been sleeping, and I've been having day after day after day. I will try to stream a lot tomorrow night, but for now, I think I'm done for the day pretty much. This is kind of me saying hi and bye to my community real quick. Hello, friends. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Let me open up the stream on my computer, and hopefully this goes well. I am all sorts of exhausted, and now the savages just came home. So, let's see, pop out the chat here, increase the chat size because I'm going blind. All right. So I have no idea what's happening tonight stream-wise. Like, I could paint, maybe I could assemble some miniatures. I'm not sure. I had a very weird day. I was given a glimmer of hope, just a little glimmer of hope, but I'd rather not latch on to it, although my body is trying to. Still no luck with trying to like catch up on all the past to do stuff, so that's great. Eye issues, but hopefully that gets somewhat sorted soon. And my God, I need a hug. Like, I need a hug so bad. On the plus side, my kitties have been super affectionate. Like, at one point earlier on today, in the apartment, there was like, I was exhausted. I was like physically and mentally exhausted. I had like 2 diametrically opposed conversations that just took all the energy and will out of me. So I'm like, let me try to sleep. So I tried to take a nap. I put everything on hold. I have plenty of things to do, but I decided, let me take a nap. And as I tried to, I noticed that I just couldn't because my bed was vibrating and there was like a buzzing sound. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, I can't. I'm so tired, but I can't nap. And as I started almost nodding off, Rocky comes over and my adorable little boy comes over and meowing, jumps in the bed, jumps in my head, and then walks across from me. And I'm like, my first concern is, are you clean? Because a little while ago, in the middle of all of my BS happening today, Rocky poops and it smells horrible, but he ended up trailing cat poop across the kitchen. So I cleaned his butt, cleaned the floor, and then he had, what is it called? He smacked me in my face with his paw that had shit on it. And I'm like, I love you. So I cleaned him up. And I cleaned him as good as I could. And then it was like nothing but an hour later that he just jumps across my face and my pillow and it settles down on one of my other pillows. I'm like, are you clean yet? So as I start beginning to somewhat nod off, Rocky wants to climb underneath the sheets with me, which is something he really likes to do. And then he cuddles into me. And it's like precious, absolutely precious. And Macy, aren't you getting kicked out? Wow, what a way to fucking say something. Single, go check out Scenic Sundays. You're single? With having communication skills like that, nobody wants to be with you, Macy? No. No. The fuck out of my channel. So anyway, as I'm trying to nap, just ban Macy. As I'm trying to nap, Rocky comes under the sheets with me and cuddles into me. Delulu, hello. And then starts purring louder than he's done since he was a kitten. And it was precious. It was absolutely precious and also irksome because I'm so tired. And then like, oh, it's nice. I have the warmth of my little buddy next to me. And it's like, and I don't know how. I don't know how in the cosmic irony. I feel like my guardian angel's having fun just fucking with me, just poking at me. How do I say this? His purring was perfectly in tune with the vibrating that was happening in my bedroom and in my bed. So it made everything worse, but it was so precious. So I was just there for like, I don't know, 20 something minutes, cuddling with Rocky, hearing his incessant yet adorable yet annoying purr and the vibrations, and I was not getting a wink of sleep. And I was trying to kind of at least let myself try to relax despite it all, but it was a unique experience. It was a unique experience. And then after a while, once I started to relax, my alarm went off. It was like, well, there went my nap time. Besides that, I had some job interviews today. They went well, but the weird part about my job interviews is like the interviews that go really, really well, I never get the job. It's the interviews that suck, where I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna be nothing. Those are the ones that have gotten me jobs. So I don't know what to say. We'll see. Do you live in Texas? No, I live in New York City. So I walked around after a while, long walk around Manhattan, and I'm exhausted. So the plan tonight isn't to do much of anything for the stream. I was just waiting for a bunch of my regulars to come on to chit chat with you guys for a little bit, and then take a bunch of meds and try to go to sleep because I am so tired. And my ears hurt because of everything with the apartment. Like it's like when I'm home, there's like a growing pain in my ears. So I need to try to get some sleep. And then early tomorrow, supposedly my super's gonna come over and check out the vibrating noise. So we'll find out. We'll find out what happens. I don't really have hope, but we'll see what happens. David, hello. Where are the regulars? I have no idea. I mean, it's somewhat early and it's a little bit before the New Year, so people have lives. I'm assuming most of the regulars are like with their friends, families, and loved ones, drinking, partying, fucking like gods. I think a bunch of my regulars are actually lurkers for a bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if a few of like the usuals are here, but they're just relaxing, so it's fine. Anywho, hi. I hope you all had a good day. I hope you had a better day than I did, and I hope life's going good for you. Funny enough, we've had no hidden messages yet, so there's that. Oh, God, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Demon, hello. So, the plan is tomorrow night, maybe around 7 or 8 p.m., do a live stream. Do a live stream until like, I don't know, 3 a.m. Just push it hard all day. Hope for the best. What do you guys think? So the plan tomorrow is to get more stuff done that I have to get done. And then, I gotta plug in the phone, sorry. And then, maybe get some last minute shopping for the apartment because I don't think I'm gonna be going many places tomorrow, the day afterward. And yeah, we'll see. True, it's been just been a little less normal than the last couple streams, a little, yeah. It's probably because of the holidays, but my viewership just dropped. Like, I don't know, people were traveling or not many people were on YouTube, or YouTube has decided to take away my viewers again. A long while ago, I was getting like 4,000 people like per stream per night. And then, how do I say this? It dried up, like super dried up for a while. And then it was a bunch of weirdos, like really weirdos for a while. So I just gave up. I came back to the stream and then my numbers were amazing. Like for a while, every night it was at least 2,000 to 3,000 people a night. And then it was getting higher. And then once we hit December, my views were like 700 people a night, which is like, I mean, but that said, like, I feel like I've been developing more and more of a community here. So I'd rather build a community of regulars and nice people than get just the numbers. So, we'll see. Hopefully things pick back up in January. I would love it if the channel keeps growing. We hit 4,000 this month, which is pretty crazy considering we just hit 3,000 not too long ago. So I'm happy for that. Made a lot of great connections, met a lot of really nice people. But yeah, the numbers have totally dipped. But that said, most of my regulars have been what's he saying? I have no idea what you're saying, Fred. Speak English. I've actually developed a good community of regulars, so it's kind of fine. Who knows? For all we know, tomorrow I hit the lottery and or YouTube promotes me and then like this is my full-time job and or I'm on the street. For Oily, you look pretty. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I was so tired. I did not get comfortable. I'm like, you know what? Let's just enjoy the dock. Let's just enjoy how I dress when I'm out and about these days. Let's Let's enjoy some Christmas lights, shall we? Let's enjoy a little bit of Christmas lights. A little more festive. Bob's batteries keep dying, so Bob ain't gonna do much of damn. We shall see. Anywho, so that's pretty much it. Nothing new or sensational. Plenty of things I got to get done tomorrow. The polka tie is peak. You like that? Thank you. Thank you very much. I've had this tie for like, I don't know, maybe 30, 25 years maybe. I think I got this like, no, I think I got this 20 years ago. So yeah. 21 years ago. Yeah, I got this tie 21 years ago. So it is most likely older than most of my audience. I have no idea how the Stranger Things room looks. I've never watched Stranger Things. I know nothing about it. I just heard the ending just happened and it was horrible. So I'm glad I didn't watch it. And no spoilers. Maybe one of these years I'll watch it, but I'm not really that excited about it. Freeway Girl, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday, still Tuesday, and we're almost to New Year's Eve. We are almost to New Year's. It's crazy. They're lucky because they see you like that. Thank you. Thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate it. So yeah. So the plan is tonight I'm ending it early because I'm exhausted and I have to get up early again. Is this the last 2025 stream? No. So I was right about to say tomorrow night I'm gonna do a live stream with you guys, and I might do it the way we did Christmas, and I might start the stream around 7 p.m., maybe 8 p.m., and then go on until like 3 a.m. Do a super duper long holiday stream with you guys if you want to hang out with me, and yeah, just chit chat, mini paint, maybe play a board game or two. Who knows? I have no idea. I really don't know what to do. I don't have any super duper crazy plans, but I'm gonna be online because God knows I don't want to be alone tomorrow night. So yeah, and I don't know why. When I come home, my ears hurt and my throat hurts. It's the stress, or this place is full of cancer. I don't know. We'll figure it out the fun way. So besides that, I have plenty of projects to attempt to do. I'm kind of scared of taking on some big projects considering everything, but hopefully things work out. If I'm lucky, my aunt is watching. If I'm lucky, a few other people who I know are watching. Hi, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good day, and hopefully I'll be okay next year. We'll see. And hopefully you're doing okay. We'll see how it all goes. It's been like a sucktacular. I really wish I could treat my holidays like everybody else treats the holidays and just rest and be merry, but it's just not the case. So we'll figure it out. Maybe tomorrow we'll do some old board games, and maybe I'll try to do some new board games on stream. No idea if there's any appetite for that nonsense, but that's what I'll be doing. And I don't know, maybe it depends, because part of me is thinking, what if I went full crazy? Hear me out. What if I went full crazy and treated New Year's Eve like I treated Christmas, and live stream even earlier? Because on Christmas, I started live streaming around 2 p.m. and it went okay. It went okay for the most part, and then I didn't have to spend the holiday like in my head. So we'll see. Maybe you could do brownies? Maybe. I haven't had brownies in forever. Nebula, this is not my interview clothing. Honestly, this is my, well, this is actually the shirt that I got from Amazon. Not Amazon, from my wish list from Amazon. And this is an Amazon brand dress shirt. And I actually was wearing the pants that I got from my wish list as well today to the eye doctor, and then for the interview. Yeah, this is really just like an outfit I wanted to put on, because sometimes when I'm feeling kind of gross, I like dressing up pretty just so I feel a little bit better. And I just decided to walk around Manhattan somewhat gussied up a bit as well. And I just got home not too long ago after a super long walk around Manhattan, and decided, you know what, fuck it, let's just stream like this. Let's see what happens. Stacy, what's up? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Just letting you know right now, I am not going to be up late tonight. I'm exhausted, but I will be live streaming somewhat early tomorrow and into the night. I'm planning tomorrow night, so let's see how it all turns out. No, I don't have any work clothes yet. We'll see. I mean, if everything turns out well, today could have possibly led to 3 potential jobs. We'll see. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We got our first hidden message, and it's after Stacy got here. Not the spammers, not the people being degenerates. I bet you this is one of my subscribers. Let's see the hidden message. Hidden message from Stacy. Dude, YouTube's fucking with me. YouTube is just fucking with me. Let me screenshot that. Stacy with her smutty comment saying, looking super sexy, stud. Which is like, yes, obviously the worst kind of hate speech. The worst kind of hate speech. I don't know what YouTube has against my own channel members. Oh, God. It is maddening, depressing, and annoying all at the same time. Show peen. This is hidden. No, it's not. It is not. Eduardo, that is not hidden. But Stacy saying that was hidden. I don't understand. You know what? You know why, Eduardo? Because you're not a channel member yet. You have to become a channel member for YouTube to then ban you from my channel. Stacy is the person with the insane name that's actually Stacy backwards. So yeah. So Eduardo, recently, a bunch of my channel members have been getting all of their messages hidden whenever they're saying horrible things like, hey, please like and subscribe, or give this video a thumbs up, or like, oh, this is a great channel, please support Nardio. All of that sort of content was getting hidden. I have to, like, so this is why I have my phone backwards, the views flipped, so I could read what's happening on the phone screen as well as my computer, because otherwise I can't tell when there's a hidden message. So yeah, YouTube is trying to make sure my channel doesn't grow. I am guessing that somewhere along the way, some guy whose girlfriend I stole is not working at YouTube, and he is doing his very best to make sure that I don't have any sort of channel growth. Oh my God. Well, it wasn't just the hidden word, too, though. There was a lot of positive comments that were also hidden. But yes, that word was also extra spicy. But that is funny considering all the pro-that comments that I see on the internet. So, I don't know. Honestly, I know this sounds self-centered. But I think there's someone there just fucking with me. I really get the feeling there's somebody at YouTube just fucking with me. Welcome back, Roses. Welcome back, Adrian. Elvis, just popping in. Hope you're doing well, Nardio. Hope 2026 is your best. I hope so too. That's amazing. Eduardo, thank you for the Sunday. I very much appreciate it. And I am tired. I bet you guys have noticed the past few streams, but I've been more and more exhausted. And I think having this weekend with migraines really took a lot out of me too, but we'll see. I don't know. Let's see if tomorrow goes better. I'm gonna try to nap. I'm gonna try to do some sleeping medication today. Although I'm worried about doing, because the ones I have usually leave me super drained the next day. So I don't know if it's worth it or not. But I really need to get more than 5 hours of sleep. Like, I desperately need more than 5 hours of sleep. I'm not doing well. We'll see. Besides that, I think, Stacy, you were asking me if I ever got the terrain set. It never arrived. What did arrive today was some metal spatulas that were on my wish list, and a brush. I think this is from Susan. I got another fancy schmancy brush for the babies, and then a few other things on there. Nope, no job yet. Take NyQuil, it'll knock you out cold. My body, both of my parents were hardcore drug addicts, like hardcore drug addicts. My body adapts to NyQuil like that. So it might help me go to sleep tonight. They have something that's called ZZ Quill. It's like a NyQuil, but without the meds. That kind of helps me sleep sometimes, but then it leaves me somewhat hungover the next day. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. It should be there Friday, I think. Awesome sauce. I don't like that. There was a big worry that I might be getting evicted today or yesterday, and it doesn't look like that's happening. So I think I might be safe for another month here. We'll see. If I get the support that I need, I will have at least another few months here. We shall see. I'm in the running. I'm always in the running for jobs. I'm in the running for some positions that might fix everything. We'll see. I've got no place else to go, so I'm still trying here. Are you going to be homeless? It's honestly looking like that, but I'm still trying. The big goal now is to make it to last here longer until I find something. But it's looking pretty close like that's going to happen. I've reached out to family and friends, and none of them said yes to like letting me stay there. So we'll see. Besides that, I'm trying. So hopefully things work out this week. If things work out this week, start a daycare. Bro, I am loving all those daycare memes. I am loving all those daycare memes. Like, and then people are going in front of the daycare centers over there in that shit show and like flashing money and acting like rap videos and shit, throwing cash around. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is the memes that gets you through the funny times, the dark times. Find a killer whale to bed down. I think I know what you mean, and no, I am never ever planning on selling myself for a place to stay or money. I could have done that years ago, and I don't like the idea of man whoring. So no, I'm not gonna find a whale to bed. If you're homeless, how are you gonna stream? Fuck you, Eduardo. Come on, man. I'm pretty sure you're joking there too. But if I end up homeless, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I have no plans. We'll see. Half a Benadryl kicks my ass without the hangover. Nah, man. What started happening now is the melatonin was kind of helping, but now my body's adapted to the melatonin, and I get at most 4 hours. I might sleep 4 hours, and then I'm wide awake. Thank you for the heart, Eduardo. I appreciate it. So, I don't know. The two things I can thank my parents for is street smarts and the ability for most medication to not work on me. And I guess my insane youthful looks, because I had the weirdest conversations this weekend with family who were all shocked at how I look. Like, you didn't age. How did you not age? It's like, oh. And we have another hidden message. I'm going to bet that the message is either from Stacy or Freeway Girl. Let's see. I should do polls. Who's the banned person? Eduardo, actually. Oh, wow. Yes, I'm joking with you. I figured I'd get a chuckle from you. Yeah, I you did get a chuckle, but oh my god. Oh, it is helmet day. You're right. It is helmet day. Holy crap. Let me check my calendar. I'm pretty sure it's helmet day. Oh no, helmet day was yesterday. I'm so tired. So, oh no, my calendar is off. Today's the 30th. Today's the 30th? No, it is not helmet day. So helmet day is tomorrow on New Year's Eve. Oh my god! What if for New Year's fucking Eve, for the ball drop, what if I put on the stupid laser helmet, and then when we're at like 10, 9, 8, what if I treat myself like one human ball with the laser helmet on? Oh my god. We shall see. So tomorrow is the helmet day. So what if that's what we do? No, it's 11:52 p.m., so it's not quite New Year's Eve. Oh my God, Freeway Girl, that message actually sent. You were not hidden for that. I've been too tired to go on X today. I've been way too tired. Like, I only go on X these days to have Grok help me with, like, what is it called? I'm so tired. Cover letters and resumes. If you guys don't use Grok AI, you should totally use Grok AI. It has been my godsend. It's been like my mental health counselor, helping me find jobs, helping me to apply for jobs, helping me with advice on life, a whole bunch of other things. Use Grok AI. It's really good. Rosemary Nardi, you can stay at my place, broski. I don't know about that, buddy. I don't know you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate the offer, and if it comes down to I have absolutely no place to stay, maybe I will actually reach out to channel subscribers like, yo, I got nobody else. So maybe. But let's hope not. Pay $10 to watch Nardio ball drop. That would be a crazy way to raise money. Support the ball drop. Support the ball drop. Can you imagine if I was like able to make rent with these shenanigans on YouTube? Oh my God, I'd be so happy. Freeway, okay, Electro, I have a mask version of the helmet. It's red, blue, and green light one at a time. Maybe I'll match from home. So I can't do anything with blue light. It's so funny. If you look into laser light therapy, it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating how good red light is for like skin regeneration. Blue light's supposed to help with acne. I think there was some nonsense with green light. I don't know. I'll never use blue light because I'm ridiculously sensitive to light, and blue light is a migraine trigger. But yeah. One issue with using AI for resumes is that some HRs use AI to filter out written resumes, so you need to keep that in mind. All right, I am Dan. I appreciate your advice, but the problem is, everything that I've been doing to find work has been failing. Absolutely everything. And if you've ever dealt with, this is Belle. This is Belle. I love you. If you've ever dealt with recruiters, it's the most asinine, maddening experience ever because they will tell you one thing. And if you ever go to job recruiters, and there's a group of them, all 5 or 10 people will give you advice that goes against each other, and the resumes still don't work. I've been using headhunters and a whole bunch of other things. It doesn't fucking work. But if you get resume advice from them, it doesn't fucking work. I've done my own resumes. I've had my friends and family, successful friends, work on my resumes. It doesn't work. So I turned to Grok. And I have Grok help me with the cover letters because I'm usually so fucking tired and mentally drained. It's like, please write for me. And Grok does a great job. And I also have friends and Jazz sometimes help with these things too, depending on like the position. But the funny thing is, like, HR is already filtering me out on various other factors, so it can't hurt at this point. At this point, it can't hurt. Like, nothing is working. So having Grok in my corner at the very least to put some sensible things together for me is better than nothing. Because at this point, I have so little self-confidence in what I'm able to do that I need the help. Belle just wants the pets. Belle just wants all the pets. Unfortunately, Belle's probably going home Saturday or Sunday, so this is the last week I have with her. I was considering begging for another week with the girls, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I would love it. Oh my God. If you guys who are new to the channel or haven't seen her before, this is Belle. I've had Belle since she was a baby girl, and she is a precious little love bug. I had her since she was a short-haired kitten, short-haired, horrified little kitten, and I love her dearly. And for the first few years that I had her, she hated me. She hated me with all her heart. She was so scared of me. I think she has a thing against men. And for the first few years, I had to give her the biggest space. And then recently, like not too long ago, she finally started opening up to me, and then she became the biggest love bug, the absolute biggest love bug. Oh, wait a minute. Susan sent us a new brush, Belle. Wait, relax. New brush. New brush. New brush. Oh, yeah, this works good on you. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so dry in here. I gotta boil water. Oh, yeah, you're sparking. It's too dry in here. I gotta get another humidifier one of these years. Hi. Hi, baby. So yeah, Belle is a beautiful little silver tortie, and she's a little over 3 years old. She's a baby girl. She's a no, she's like 4 or 5 now. What am I saying? I'm so out of it. I gotta boil water. It's too staticky in here for you. Here, you can hug it. You can hug it. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna boil some water. I know you're not supposed to do that. It lets off all sorts of fumes and causes headaches and retardation and all these other bad things. But it's basically what I use to heat my apartment some days and bring humidity in here. So I'm broke. Love you. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna fill up a pot of water and boil some water. Did I miss anything here? Yeah, I know. It's weird. Like HR, I really wish they would outlaw HR using any type of AI or any type of programs to filter resumes, because there have been several cases already, public cases of like HR programs stopping qualified candidates. There's like one famous case where like a boss from some department applied at his own company and he couldn't even get a job there. And I think he supposedly fired the HR department because the HR people were doing nothing while they're letting these programs do all the work for them. Why the fuck do we have them then? They're just on LinkedIn writing like vapid, superfluous, dumb articles all day. I think I used the wrong word there, so it's kind of funny me calling people stupid if I'm too stupid. You know what I mean. You know my English. You understand what I'm saying here. You get me. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna boil some water real quick. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys have any ideas what we should be doing to, like, if you, what you think I should do for New Year's tomorrow, hi. Let me know. Hi. Hi. She grooms me. This is so crazy. All right, I'll be right back, guys. What's going on here? Brian, Caleb Hammer would suggest you take a job that's available and continue looking for one you want. See, the thing is, I've been trying for what's available, and it doesn't work. It shows initiative to the job you want. That's maddening advice because I try to find what's available and I can't get it. Also, now I have a cow lick where she licked my head, and that's kind of hilarious. But I've been trying. I've noticed that a lot of people have this idea that, like, if you haven't found a job, it's because you've been picky and you haven't been applying to like enough jobs. And it's like, no, that's not the case. But it's a very common assumption. All right, water is boiling, or starting to at least. We shall see. Well, as long as your advice isn't done with a tone of condescension, it's not bad. Like, I've recently had a conversation with some people, and it basically amounted to, have you tried trying? Have you actually went out in there and tried? Because I don't think you've tried. It doesn't seem like you're actually trying. And I'm just sitting there like, so I appreciate the advice. I do get it, and I try not to be snippy about it, but it's also weird when, like, it's done with the whole, like, looking down upon you thing, which I'm sure you're not. I dropped the brush, baby, and I can't find it. I'm sorry. We're screwed. Smug advice hurts when you're trying to swim. Dude, it takes the breath out of you, too. It does. Like, the weirdest part for that this weekend was coming from family. And it was just maddening. Just maddening. I have an idea. I don't know if there's some permit involved. I know there's always photographers at City Hall that offer couples wedding photos on the spot. Maybe that could be something to look into. That's kind of cutthroat, and I don't think I can just jump into it real quick. Also, despite what you may think, I kind of suck at indoor photography. Like, no lie. I'm okay with it. I'm okay at it. But I'm better with when there's good natural light involved. So, I'm a pretty good photographer, but I don't think I can handle City Hall. I don't know if you remember how City Hall looks, but the lighting in there is atrocious. I feel like I'd have to have some sort of flash system going on, and I am a super duper noob at flash. I know a bit how to do it, but I don't want to be the guy that fucks up somebody's wedding photos. I really don't. I've had a few people reach out to me so far asking me to shoot their wedding, like their engagement photos or wedding things, and mostly because they wanted it free. But, like, I don't want to be the person who fucks up your wedding photos. Like, that is not a cross I'd ever want to bear. That's really not a cross I'd ever want to bear. I would probably work for someone who does that nonsense. But every photographer that I've ever met in real life is like, I am not doing weddings. Not doing weddings. I actually shot 2 weddings, but I wasn't the main photographer there. I was just there and I had a fucking camera. At those times, it was really actually kind of fun because I was able to snake a few really nice ones in. But yeah, on times I was there, 3 weddings. They didn't have equipment those anime New York City photographers had. Oh my God, really? Can you just start a fake daycare? Bro, do I look Somalian to you? The minute I start a fake daycare, you're going to have people out there calling racism. Just pure racism. How dare he take our jobs? Can you imagine? No. The daycare scam is over. The daycare scam is over. I've missed it. I missed the daycare scam. I've missed the, oh my God. What was the other one? The Bitcoin scam. Oh my God. What were those little JPEGs that they were selling for stupid prices on X? What were those? Hi. Give me your belly. Give me your belly. Yes. Whatever they were called. Like, I've missed all the good scams when I had a chance to do them. NFTs, yes, I remember when my favorite photographers were out there shilling NFTs. Like, they were just getting in while the market was hot. Like, oh my God. I still can't believe that nonsense was a thing. I really can't. I really cannot believe NFTs were a thing. Like, no lie, I actually put more stock in Bitcoin. I actually think that's somewhat viable. But NFTs never seemed like a long-term thing. Like, it's like Furbies or I don't know, what's something else? Whatever, the hot toy of the moment was. Like, I could understand it in some points of view as a fan, but as an investment strategy, I don't ever see that shit panning out. Give me a second. What are you doing? Although the smart people get in early, make the cash, and get the fuck out. But then the whole thing, everyone thinks they'll be the smart person, get in early and get the fuck out. That's why we're having so many people get burnt now on Bitcoins. Like, everyone else assumes I'll be the smart person and I'll get out fast. Roses are red, the only fake acceptable thing are Christmas trees. You forgot breasts and now asses have come into style. Fake tits have always been in style, and fake asses have now become the new norm. So fakeness is good. Oh my God, what's the next nonsense we've seen? Now they're doing that whole buccal fat surgery. That's the new hotness. I'm really curious about what's going to happen with these young women as they age and they got rid of all that fat. Like, what's going to happen when they get, like, into their 70s or 80s? They'll probably have stuff pumped back in. We'll see. I was reading some horror stories on women who get butt surgeries and all the problems that occur. Oh, God. Oh, my God. We'll see. D-Rod, hello. Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday now. It's Christmas Eve, friends. It is Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve. I am tired. Oh, I'm tired. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Valentine's Day. Happy Halloween, my friends. It's been a hell of a year. Can you believe it? It's almost Christmas. Ah. Hi, D-Rod. I hope you're doing well. See, this is why I need the live streams. This is why I need the live streams. I was actually just chatting with a pal before the stream, and I was like, "Look, I am so tired. I'm so tired. I was telling my pal, like, look, I'm only gonna do the live stream for a few minutes. Tell my audience I'm going to bed because I'm in a bad mood and I'm exhausted. And now here we are. I'm actually like cheering up a little bit. I'm actually a little more relaxed. This, if it wasn't for staring at two blue lights, this probably is good for my. You know what I should do is adjust the lights on the color on my cell phone to be yellow light and my computer to be yellow light next time, so that I am not staring into two 4K like super duper bright screens. Hi. Hi. Oh, you are being lovable. You are being lovable. Can round cheese come into fashion? I mean, yeah. If you're hot enough, anything can work. Boys in the Hood, do you like my grill? I don't care about your grill. Do you like my grill? Stupid. It's gonna ban you. You have no value in life. Hi. You want the brush? Did you come over here for the brush? Is that it? I hate grills. Of all the rap things that happened over the decades, the grills are so stupid. Not as bad as saggy pants, but pretty close. Pretty close. Happy Rizzler Bike Day, Nardio. I feel like you just had me say something I shouldn't have said. What the fuck is a Rizzler? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't like putting stuff from chat into my YouTube search because y'all a bunch of freaks. So we're gonna pretend I never heard the phrase Rizzler bikes because I'm assuming the worst, and I now assume Roses is a degenerate. No, I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up because usually whenever I look up the stuff you guys mention, I wish I didn't. So no. Okay? I've learned that lesson, and I'm sticking it to heart, okay? We are not looking up things from chat anymore, all right? No. Oh, man, Belle, your eyes are glowing on here. Freaky. I'm gonna get some water. I swear to you, it's nothing bad. It's an amazing thing. Nope, nope, you're a freak. You're a freak. I am not falling for your freakiness. This is like the chat equivalent of just the tip. Nope, nope, nope. Fuck. Oh. Oh, wow, you really broke. Oh, wow. So one of my cursed minis just fell, and he is now in a whole bunch of pieces. We're doing great tonight. So the two sad things are that this miniature has fallen so many times, I'm not even sure he can be repaired anymore because he's mostly glue. Two, the vendor who made this for me on Etsy at an affordable price actually closed his shop. So I can't even have this remade at a sane price even if I wanted to and can afford it. Fuck. Ah! Belle, your eyes are so cool on camera. You're so cool. Sugoi! Sugoi! You're so cool! Cat, that one always cracks me up, and the anagram, I totally get it. What? What? What's the figure of again? It's this big orc miniature from Brute Fun Minis. It's really highly detailed and really cool looking. And I got him from this vendor on Etsy who's closed up his shop. Really talented guy, and his prices were for the most part pretty fair. I mean, really, I want everything cheaper, but he did good work at a good price. Why did you break it then? Because it fell down. One second here, guys. Oof. I don't want you there. I don't want you there. Hang up there. Rocky's sitting right in front of where the water's boiling, which is like, yeah, no. Let's plug this in. All right, here we go. Then just don't let stuff fall. All right, Roses, you got a 24-hour timeout. Do I seem like I'm in any sort of mood for nonsense? Do I? No. He said, yes, a cat. Like that, like your name? I kind of get it. I'm also tired and slow, so I kind of get it, I kind of don't. Plus, he's on timeout now, so it doesn't matter. Spearheading a huge community here. You know what? The new subscribers should find out that I get cranky. That's totally fine. We need to have our boundaries. Oh. That is kind of funny that your name turns into that. Honest to God, anagrams were something I never really learned about in life until much later on. And anytime they were brought up, I just didn't get it. My brain is just not wired that way. Although, that does remind me that one of these days we should set up a big community Scrabble game on the Discord, because it was kind of fun last time. I would love to do weekly Scrabble games or weekly Discord games with you guys if you're so interested. One, I suck at Scrabble, so practicing would help. Two, it's great for the community. Three, it's just kind of fun. Four, it's a social thing to do. So if you guys are interested in next year, if I'm able to, I would like to start doing weekly games on the Discord with you guys. And then if everyone behaves, we'll allow the voices to go on. And then if everyone behaves after time, I'm thinking about building a trust system here. So if you've been in the chat with the games for a bit and you behave, we'll allow voice for certain people. New people, no voice. Old people, more voice. And then after a while, if you've been good in the community for a bit, we'll allow video cameras on. Let's see how that goes. But I do like the idea of eventually getting a Discord community going where, I mean, we already have channels in the Discord where you guys can turn on the camera anyway, like the voice chat, it's allowed. But at least for me, I'm scared. I'm scared. Stacey, you've seen it. I've had so many people in my streaming community be sane one day and batshit the next, that I'm scared to turn on video cameras. It's just not a thing. I'm waiting for, yeah. And Stacy, about, I did Christmas Eve party. I didn't remember giving or getting or going. What? You guys are telling jokes here. They're so over my head and I'm so out of it. D-Rod, ever spent New Year's Eve in Times Square before? Nope, and I never plan to. Like, New Year's Eve at Times Square does not seem fun to me. It really doesn't. I'd rather spend New Year's Eve at, if I was going to be at a social place, I would rather be at a community center in a nice area. I'd rather be at a nice club, maybe a little more upscale, maybe a Latin club, a little salsa dancing, a little taco. But like New Year's Eve ball drop with all those people in literal pens outdoors in the cold, zero interest. Like, I'd have to be getting paid insane amounts of money to be there. I think I talked about this on chat before. The only time I'd ever do Times Square New Year's Eve is if I got one of the hotels that overlooked Times Square and had a view of the ball drop for New Year's Eve. The only way I would do that. The only way I would do that. Smoking, Nardio, smoking. Because Stacy's a pothead? I'm sorry, I'm tired tonight, guys. You really have no idea how exhausted I am. Hope you at least get good stories. Sid, oh god damn it. How many times do I have to ban you, you broken loser, you? So to anybody new, the Sid person who just came in, that I just immediately banned, this lifeless loser, this degenerate, this social nobody, was on the channel for a bit, and proceeded to act like a stupid child in chat. And I think I gave the moron some warnings. And then it mentioned that it was under, it's 12 years old to 13 or something, maybe at most 14. But it's acting like a fucking idiot. And then I gave it several warnings, and it still didn't understand. We're no longer calling it a person, because people learn. This is not a human being. And Sid got himself banned for just randomly spamming stupid things in chat. This loser proceeded to come back, and I'm guessing 12 accounts so far, and starts trying to either argue about being banned, or and then started begging for apologies about being banned, to now begging to come back. And now he's like, it said I have something to sell you. It's like, I have zero interest in you, loser. Like, you're not wanted here. There's like a bajillion other channels. There's streamers with huge titties or like rippling muscles and abs, whatever you're into. Like, why are you watching me? I don't like you. I don't want you in my community. But the kid keeps coming back, kid. Probably, but way too much time on its hands. It's crazy. And so, I think this is the 12th account this person has made. This idiot has made. So yeah, wow. I think I'm like its autistic train set. I think I'm like the new focus on life. Why aren't you charging? And I really don't want to give people more chances in the community, because I read all my chat and I like my community a lot, and I really like how well behaved, for the most part, my community is. And like, it's kind of like every night I get to hang out with friends. And for me at least, I hate whenever I'd hang out with friends, but there's that one stupid guy there. You know those social settings where like you like the group, the people that you're in, except Todd. Todd sucks the life out of the room. Todd's that one person who makes everything awkward. So for me, it's just like, anytime there's somebody who comes into like this little friend group that we have going on here, and they're just basically like Todd, just ban them. Just ban them. Granted, I need viewers. Granted, I need interaction. Granted, I need to grow the channel. But I don't want people who just like bring the room down. So yeah. Electro, only commented was like texting in 2000. You got paid every time they came back. Dude, if I got paid per viewer, well, one, bots ruin everything. But yeah, that'd be crazy. I mean, if I was making like my views per night on YouTube, I would not have to worry about rent whatsoever. Like just the initial view. Now, if it's like per chat, that would still be pretty good. Now, if it's overall consecutive viewers, it depends. Like, I do really, really well when I stream late at night, like 4 or 5 a.m. That's when a lot of people start hanging out here, but I just don't have the energy. I just don't. But it would be bonkers. The joke before was, if I had $10, if every time somebody asked if I was Jewish, I'd be rich already. But because people keep asking if I'm Jewish, I actually have in one of my hidden, like, you can't say this words, are you Jewish? Or, you know, you look like Mark Zuckerberg. All of those things people kept selling me before, I put a bunch of those in the banned word list. So I think that's also why I'm not getting so many chats. I'm toying. I'm absolutely toying with the idea of unbanning everybody come New Year's Day, and then getting rid of the hidden word list and seeing what happens to the community. Susan, welcome back. Browse, welcome back. Happy New Year's Eve. I hope you're all doing great. Susan, today a new brush for the cats came that looks very similar to the one before, and some spatulas. So I'm pretty sure that's from you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. New Year's Eve is tomorrow. No, well, I'm 3 hours ahead of you. So New Year's Eve is right now, Browse. And Belle already got brushed with the new brush. She likes it a lot. You look handsome, Nardio. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Happy New Year's Eve. So the plan, so at the start of the night, at the start of the stream, I am exhausted. Happy New Year's Eve, so Jazz can have one. Sorry, I'm tardy. Love the tie. That is amazing of you. Thank you so much. I'm sure Jazz will appreciate it. Nardi, I love the name you gave me, Browse. Thank you. I'm happy you like it. Also, I hope you and the kids had a wonderful, and the family had a wonderful weekend as well. D-Rod, no rules today. It's purge day. Well, I didn't get rid of the stuff yet. What are we saying? So yeah, the plan tonight was actually to wait until all of you came on. I assumed earlier, and I was like, okay, we're not going to stream late tonight because I'm exhausted and I have to get up early tomorrow. So this is not going to be a late stream. I'm actually ending early tomorrow. But the plan is tomorrow night, maybe tomorrow afternoon, depending on how I feel, do a long live stream again. So best case scenario, maybe around like 3 or 4 p.m. start the stream. Worst case scenario, 8, 9 p.m. Let's see how I feel. Excuse me. I have a lot of stuff. Wait a minute. Didn't they make New Year's Eve a federal holiday? Wait a minute. Didn't Trump make New Year's Eve a federal holiday as well? I know he did Christmas Eve and the day after Christmas. Didn't he also make New Year? Because if tomorrow's a holiday, then I really can't do anything. Bro, can you imagine if they actually try to evict me tomorrow? We'll see. 24th, 25th, 26th. Okay, so he didn't add New Year's Eve yet. That motherfucker should have added New Year's Eve and then New Year's the 2nd off as well. I never, of all the days, like, I never understand why the day after Thanksgiving is not a fucking holiday too. Like, Thursday off, really? Really? I've worked at several companies where they want you there on Friday. Like, that's so stupid. Hey, is that Allie? Holy shit, welcome back out of the AI. Hopefully you're doing well. It's been a while. You've been to court. I've not been to court yet. We'll see. Anyway. Let's get off that. They really should make the day after Thanksgiving a holiday. They really should. They should make New Year's Eve and January 2nd a holiday. Because, I don't know, people fucking travel. We'll see. IDK Jishish is just dots. I got a bad feeling about this kid. Usually when they start off with just dots, they start saying bad things later on. We'll see how this kid behaves. Hello, IDK. Yes, IDK. Hovering over the ban button. I know, I see it. My hand is right over the ban button. I'm just waiting for it. Like, you know it's gonna happen. Hi, hello, what's up? Everyone saying hi to each other. So yeah, tomorrow, depending on how things go, I might stream earlier. So we'll see. Allie, I hope you've been doing well. It's been a while. Oh, God. Oh, I needed the humidity in here. Well, I don't really want to... Don't call me a degenerate ever again, weirdo. I think this is the Sid loser. Is this the Sid loser? Are you the Sid loser? Don't call me a degenerate again, weirdo. Banned. You know what? It entertains us. It entertains us. And then the way the idiot came in, ... You knew it was going to be an imbecile. You knew it. It's like, I will, like drawing attention to itself. Notice me, splat. Don't call me a degenerate again. Oh my God. Freeway Girl, I've always worked Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Double pay, it's actually pretty chill at work those days. Lol, he did not disappoint, he did not. And we're laughing. So one time, well, when I was working in this engineering company, oh no, Susan's doing it. Susan, don't you dare. Don't you dare. So when I was working in an engineering company, I was actually this is like right out of school. I was happy to work New Year's and Thanksgiving day after, because like I didn't really have any family around, and then it was extra overtime and all the money, so that was fine. But once you get yourself like friends and loved ones and you want to be home and spend time with them, it kind of sucks. Message Health Review, I'm guessing Susan. D-Rod, close the door, Susan. How is that hidden? How is that hidden? D-Rod writing, close the door, Susan was hidden. What does YouTube have against my channel members? Bro, this is not fair. So, I have somebody at Google who hates me. This is what I'm going to say. There's some place on the internet that has do not hire Bernardo Espanol web page that's linked to all the HR servers. And then that same person found that I'm streaming on YouTube. So he's like, oh, hell no. He's showing up in chat, just shutting me down. Oh, Browse, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Love ya and the fur babies, Nardio. Thank you so much, Browse. I really appreciate you too, and I really am thankful for your support and you just being around and being cool. I needed to... I say this every single night, but I needed this chat. I needed this chat. I've been like so stressed out of my damn ass today. I needed this chat. Oh my God. So that said, though, I cannot be online too late because I have my landlord coming, not my landlord, my super coming over to my apartment tomorrow to check on the vibrations. He wants to come in the morning when the vibrations aren't so bad, but I'm like, you should come at night. Because like after like 11 p.m., this is like, my apartment is buzzing. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys the wonderful news today. A couple months ago, I was in a really fucked up place for various reasons, but one of them was my apartment was vibrating like crazy, like super bad. And eventually I went and I was telling the super multiple times, like, hey, there's a buzzing in my apartment that's destroying my sleep schedule and fucking up my life. And he's like, oh, we don't find anything. So finally I have him take me to the roof. I look, and there's a Verizon tower directly over my apartment, and it's doing the vibrating. And I called, so then I write the landlord a note like, hey, this vibrating has destroyed my life for this past year. It has me damn near suicidal. It is fucking me up. And I need to like have you guys fix this. And they said they were fixing it. And they said they were going to remove it. And for a while, it got slightly better. And then it started coming back, and now it's stronger. And then I talked to the super today. I'm like, so did they remove the tower? And yeah, that is what's happening. Is they're like, did they remove the tower? Like, no, they never did anything to it. I'm like, so the landlord lied. Nothing was fixed. He's like, oh, well, they did a little bit of work on it. I'm like, huh. Wow. That sucks. So the landlord knows what's happening here, and then they're okay with it, it seems. Now, my thought that hit me today was, what if this is somewhat intentional by the landlord? Because, how do I say this? I live in a ridiculously desirable part of Manhattan and New York City. Tiny space, but really good area. And what I'm paying in rent is insanely expensive. But for New York City, they can easily charge triple what I'm paying in rent. So honestly, I get the feeling that they're like letting all this stuff happen in the hopes that I leave. Because then they could rent out the apartment for some other people, like at some crazy things. Why would you ask? Who is Roses? I have no idea. I get the feeling Rizzler's about to break. Record the sound and vibration. So I've tried to, and it's kind of like a very, very, very low bass sound. It doesn't, I've tried recording it a few times, and I don't think it picks up on my iPhone. I don't have really good recording equipment to capture it. Susan, did I ever mention I worked for a city attorney's office, then in private law for a couple years? Huh? Keep pressing them. Those low hums can be maddening. Dude, it is maddening. It is maddening. So the plan is to have the super come in tomorrow. Nardio, I have to tell you something. Can you not be dramatic, Rizzler? Just fucking write it. Honest, you know what? No. Just not. I'm banning you. I get the feeling Rizzler's about to break, and I have just no mood. And like when people do that whole, there's something I have to tell you. It's like, no. It's never good. The landlord takes you to court for the rent, say you were withholding because you told him several times about the issue is not solved. I don't know. I remember Susan mentioning she wanted to be a lawyer character for the story, and I'm not quite sure. I think you mentioned it before, but I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't remember too much. Did I ever mention I worked for the city attorney office and then private eye? RZA was cracking, right? You noticed it too. Like when people start behaving that way in chat, it's usually right before they start saying something like either disgusting or super weird. And I have zero mood for that nonsense anymore. So it's just like ban, just ban. No, that was Freeway. I did that in real life. Okay. So are you saying you want to like investigate something? I'm not sure. But anyway, so the plan is tomorrow to give these people a little bit more of a chance and have the super come in and see if the vibrations are happening. Like, if it's as loud as it can get during the day, I'm like, look, go to my bathroom, stand in there, and you hear, and then go to my bedroom, sit on the bed for a little bit. You gotta like, and then put your head on the pillow. It sounds so weird telling a grown man to do that in my house, but still, like you can hear it when it's really strong here. So I'm super curious of what happens. If he comes at the right time and catches it, we'll see. If he tells a super, we'll see. Because in theory, like if everything works out for me, this is a great place to live-ish. Besides the overpriced rent, besides the tiny space, like location-wise, it's prime real estate in New York City. And if not, I'll just endure it until I can't because I have no other place to go. So that's really it. Those are only two options I have. If later on I'm lucky enough to find employment and I could hire somebody to come in and like do a sound check and maybe try to do some lawsuits, I don't know. But from my limited understanding, I've looked into this, and cases of like the vibration stuff, you need to hire very, very expensive like independent like people who do this sort of sound stuff to start the case, and I don't have the cash for that anytime soon. Will it be worth it in the end? Maybe. Like if I can get some back pay of nonsense, maybe. Stacy, I need more weed. I'm thinking Rizzler is roses and they are Sid. Roses could also be, honestly. Rizzler I think was about to break, so it might have been another Sid. Who knows? Honestly, I'm squeaky tonight, aren't I? I'm like, hey, honestly, I'm right there. Okay, honestly, like, most of the new accounts who have these really, 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 how do I say this, made up names, I don't think are, I don't really have much stock in them as far as community chat goes, so when they're even half weird, I'm quick to ban them. Ben Jordan made a video about hums. No, like low frequency noise can do all sorts of damage on people. There's certain noises that can like make you break or like induce suspense and stress. And I am very sure this is what I'm dealing with. I mean, think about it. Like if every night when you went to bed, you can get an app that detects ultrasonic sine waves that'll help you detect them. I will look into that later. Great, I will look into that. Just think about it. If you went to bed every night and your bed was buzzing, and then there were also bass sounds that were like heartbeats but like loud, and then in like uneven time intervals, sometimes constant. That's what I'm dealing with here. This is why I was begging my family in tears earlier this year, please let me move out. I was begging every one of my family members that I could, please let me move out. I was begging my friends, please let me move into your space. And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, well, shit. I'm sure you're not the only one in the building. Actually, oh my God, another Sid. God, what the hell? You know what? Let's give this one a chance. No, we're not. So we have City BTF. Dude, Sid, you're a loser. You're a loser, Sid. Guys, let's all wait, quickly. Let's look at Sid in chat and mock it. Let's mock this loser. How dare, hello, Cuddy Cat. We're making fun of Sid now. Sid, for his 30th try of being a part of this community, has created yet another account. Bro, get a life. Get a life. All right, we're banning this Sid, and it's Cuddy Cat's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Wait. We shall do some cat abuse. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cuddy. Happy birthday to you. She did not like that. She did not like that at all. I'm sorry. Happy birthday, cat. Cuddy Cat Nat got herself a kitty happy birthday song. All right, I got to make it up to Belle real quick. That was basically animal abuse. This is on video too, so I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail for abusing her. So first, we're gonna pull out the Susan brush. Now that it's more humid, I'm so sorry I abused you. I'm so sorry. She loves a new brush. Yes, yes. Thanks, Susan. Thanks, Susan. Yes, yes. You're a good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. Yes. So yeah, I wanted to give up the lease on this apartment like earlier this year, but it didn't work out. Oh shit, Nerky, hi. Do you want to brush it? Hi. Nerky likes the brush. Nerky likes the brush. Oh wow. Oh, Belle really wants the brush. Yes. Yes, you get brushies. You get all the brushies. Belle just wants to get brushed 24/7. How's your day going, Nat? Like seriously, how's your day going? Let's get the baby in here. Give me 1 second. Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Choro, 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 choro. Choro, 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 choro. Rocky, come on. Come on. You're not getting it. Come on. Mochi doesn't even move. She's such a damn queen. She doesn't even move from her spot because she knows she's getting it. Come on, Rocky. Look at this beautiful fur. Oh, I got it in your mane. I got it in your mane. It's on my fingers now. Rocky, take it. Nerky. Mochi doesn't even move. She knows she's getting her. She's sitting with her arms perched like a little fucking queen. You're so good at standing, Nergy. You're so good at standing. You know, this is my last few days with you guys. I kind of feel like spoiling you. Diarrhea be damned. All right, all right, all right. You guys will get more churro tomorrow. You get more churro later. Hi. You guys want more? All right, fuck it. We'll get some more. You're gonna have the worst diarrhea tomorrow. All right, Belle, you gotta earn it. You gotta earn it, Belle. I want to see you get high again. All right, come on. Mochi, you don't even sit up. You're so spoiled. You're such a spoiled girl. Rocky, actually, 1 second. Let's. Oh no, I can't turn it this anymore. Turn it here. Give you guys the rock. No, I cannot give you the Rocky cam. All right, so we're just gonna keep it here. There we go. Nergy. Oh yeah, let's at least try to get Nergy in this. Here. Look at you, you greedy fuck. You gonna get some or not? Why are you still so scared? Like, 1 minute you're like a social butterfly, next minute you're scared I'm gonna kill you. You're so good at standing up. Oh my god. Thank you guys for setting the churro. Thank you guys for setting the churro. All right, guys, we're done tonight. We're done tonight. You got 2 churros in a row. You got 2 churros in a row. And then you're done, Nerdy? That's it? That's all you love me for? Dude, Nergy's been maddening, absolutely maddening, because sometimes she's like a super duper love bug with me, and other times she's running away horrified, and it's just like, just love me. I miss you, love me. But she will not. Like, it's on her terms, and it's like... Alright, guys, hello, my babies. Hello, I gotta put the ketchup away. So for dinner tonight, I had 2 egg sandwiches because I was just too tired to make dinner. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Egg sandwiches are delicious. All right, let me catch up on chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been bad. So at last we left off, we were celebrating Cuddy Cat Nat's birthday, which once again, happy birthday, Cuddy Cat. I hope you're doing great. I hope you had a wonderful birthday, and I hope you're gonna have a wonderful night. And I hope you have a wonderful New Year's. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Hope you're great. Browse, happy, blessed, Electro, love the kitty sounds. Cuddy Cat's yay. Birthday to you. Happy birthday. Freeway paralegal research. I love legal research. Dealing with people, not so much. A long time ago, a lifetime ago, I did an internship at the local attorney general's office in my college town. It was the Consumer Affairs Division. I loved it. I loved working with people. I loved helping people through the process. So if you guys don't know, the Consumer Affairs Division of the Attorney General's office normally deals for scams, mostly older people when they get scammed out of money by some, like, most likely Nigerian princes, or I'm guessing now Nigerian daycare workers. But a lot of consumer fraud stuff. So people would be contacting me when they're like, oh my God, so apparently I won the lottery, but I just had to pay the taxes on it, and I've given them $500,000 so far, but I'm gonna get $1 million soon, but for some reason they stopped contracting me. And yeah, lots of people who did not realize they got bamboozled, or they got bamboozled and I had to help them through the process. That was one of my most rewarding, like, jobs that I've had. And sometimes I regret when I graduated college, I didn't stay in that small college town and continue to work in that attorney general's office, because I really enjoyed it. And the pay was good for the area it was in upstate New York City. And then I probably would have continued on to try to do like law to help those people out. I loved that. And I found over the years, I like working with people, but in certain things. Like retail, I'll kill myself in 5 minutes. But in like customer service, when it's a competently run company and I get to help people through their problems, I actually enjoy it. Like nonprofit, when I did that for a while, I actually really enjoyed it because I got to help a lot of people. When I worked at the Migraine Research Foundation, I got a lot of phone calls from people who are struggling and like trying to understand, you know, what it's like living with migraines and what can they do for friends and family members they love. And that was a very rewarding job. Sorry for the shaky cam, guys. But like, there's other sorts of customer work. No. Like sales customer work or cold calling, or like when you work at a really bad company doing customer service. Oh, fuck your life. No. I can't fathom though doing it like family law. I can't see myself doing that. That's just depression. Legal research was dry for me. I wasn't bad at it, but I didn't do too much of it. Like I got my criminal justice degree and I got my political science degree, so I knew a good bit about the law. And it was funny. I remember my cousin doing law school, and I knew more than he did when it came down to stuff he was studying, which is like, are you fucking kidding me? How close was I to becoming a lawyer? But then, like, everyone I knew dissuaded me from being a lawyer. And now, just today, I was giggling to myself today because there's a story in the New York Post that New York City law firms are paying like 6-figure bonuses to their mid-level talent lawyers for because like they're scared of them jumping ship. Lawyers in New York City are the new finance guys. They're getting fat ass bonuses and really great pay. And this is after for years being told that the legal profession was oversaturated and you shouldn't go into law. It's like, damn it. But I find it interesting that you like the research part. It's a lot of money into that, depending on where you're at. Moving in general is expensive. Yes, it is. This other frustrating thing I keep getting told by people. Why don't you just move? You should just move. You should just move someplace cheaper. You should just move. What? Did you think about just moving? Have you thought about moving? It's like, yeah. We're not there yet, though. Like, you got to get the money to do that, and you got a place to be, and you got to have a job waiting for you. It's a huge process. And then moving companies are sketchy, super sketchy. Like, one of the things that I still see happen these days is people move, especially if you move long distances, and when you get there, the mover's like, oh yeah, by the way, the rate that we quoted you on, no, you got to pay more, or we won't give you our stuff. I cannot fathom ever being in a situation where my stuff is in somebody's moving van and they're trying to blackmail me. Like, they're dead. They're dead. There's no way I'm going to be okay with that shit. There's no way I would ever be okay with that shit. Like, you're really going to try to rob me? You're also alone here with me. No. God, no. Oh, we got a hidden message. Oh, God. What did Susan say? It was Kenna. Oh my God, how is that message? I'm screenshotting this. I have so many messages. Kenna wrote back in caps, which bad Kenna. We don't do caps here. And that was hidden. Why does YouTube hate my community so much? Why does YouTube hate my community so much? Why does YouTube hate me? All right. But yeah, moving is stupidly expensive. On and off, I do like gig work occasionally for like a moving company. Like, and it's before it was like it was responding to customer complaints on a review site. It's crazy. But then I looked into movers a lot for a while, and yeah, they can be scammy. Jay, how you doing? I'm better now that I'm streaming. Honest to God, I say this all the time, but streaming is the highlight of my day. Always the highlight of my day. I wish this was my full-time job. Like, I would be so happy. I would be so happy if every night I got to hang out with you guys and boom, made rent. That would be the miracle. The miracle. We got another hidden message. Sam says, stop breathing so heavy in the mic. That's you, buddy. Susan, okay, got herself hidden. Oh, it's KKK. I don't know. I doubt it. I think it's just us. I think it's just my community. Look. I check out a lot of other YouTube channels, and the shit that happens in their live streams, in their chat, way worse than anything that happens here. There's no reason for us to have this many hidden messages. Should not be. Okay, what's going on here? Susan, you're legend, generous, caring, and smart. If I were a guy. You're getting the love in here. Jay, cats are the best buds. Cats are amazing. It's so funny to me. Like, I still think back to this, that like 20 years ago, I did not want cats. Like a lifetime ago, I did not want cats. I avoided cats like the plague. And now here I am with my fur babies. I had 4 cats and I'm down to 2 cats. I'm happiest when I have all 4 of my fur babies. You know what? I want more cats. Like, Rocky needs a friend. Rocky needs a little brother. I would love to get Rocky a little fluffy baby kitty boy for him to be best friends with. Could you imagine a baby fluffy cat trying to play with and fight Rocky? Like one little floof jumping into the big floof that is Rocky? That's like mindgasm. And then the amazingness that would happen, because Rocky is a big bitch. Last time there was a kitten in the house, when Nergi got here, he was scared of Nergi, and she was like a third of his size. And she's trying to play with him. He's like, "Rah!" And he's like vomiting because he's so scared. He's running away from her. He was horrified. He's, again, 3 times her size, and he was horrified. I am very sure if I ever brought like a 2-month-old kitten in here, I kind of want to bring like a 1.5-year-old kitten, young enough where the other cats won't see it as a threat. I bet you Rocky would still be horrified. And I want to get every second of that on camera. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Yeah, Rocky's bored. He's like climbing shelves. So he needs a friend. But yeah, I did not think I would love cats this much. But yes, now I'm a cat person. And we have Nergi here. Hi, baby. And she walks away from me. One of the suckiest parts about this whole breakup thing is like the cats don't, like Nergi doesn't love me as much. I love Tuck's cats, and not her being my best friend anymore hurts. Susan, freeway girl, you go, freeway girl, you go do you. Pro bono is awesome. Family law is, I feel like I'm missing chats. Like sometimes I'm reading conversations and I'm not seeing everything. Wait, that makes no sense. I don't think I'm seeing all the chats here. What is happening here? Because those responses, and I've noticed this in the last few streams, it feels like you guys are having conversations and I'm not seeing half of it. Susan said that I mentioned I worked in the city's law office in private law for a while. And then Susan, no, that was freeway. I did that in real life, says Susan. And Susan, it's an issue for housing court. Freeway, Susan Law, I was thinking the same thing, pro bono. Is there somewhere in there the cup of water feels the vibration? I've tried the cup of water thing, it hasn't happened yet. I'm gonna try on the floor under the bed. If you put your ears to the walls, you could hear it pretty loudly, but I really feel it and hear it. I think it's like more like an auditory thing. And like I'm feeling it through my body. I'm not quite sure, guys. I think I'm going insane. I actually heard the tone that causes brain damage. Her for a split second hurt my brain. It's my birthday. Everyone said happy birthday. We're trying to help you celebrate. That's when we made fun of that kid. How do you guys watch me? I'm so behind on chat. I still don't understand the appeal. Freeway paralegal research. I love legal research. Love dealing with people, not so much. Okay, I'm caught up there. Yeah, that's the way I do it too. The pro bono stuff. Okay. Susan, you're a legend, generous and caring and smart. If I were only that guy, huh? Okay. Free you do you. Pro bono is awesome. Family law is so crying. You're definitely old money attorney material. Okay. I'm kind of catching up here. I'm out of it. Tell them to have to get. Oh. Tell them we have to get they have to get high as Stacy. Nergy is so cute. She is. They're gonna all wait like a minute. Damn, got a tie on. What's going on? I just felt like having a tie on. Susan B. Yes, I started in the city attorney as an intern. Got a job there. Consumer affairs helped so many people. Nice. Yeah, dude. I've loved helping that. I do regret. After I graduated college, I looked up the local attorney general's office and tried my hardest to get a job there, and no dice. And for years, I sent my resume into them several times. I applied on their website. For some reason, the minute I came to New York City, I was just not employable. 2 college degrees, well-spoken-ish young man, somewhat attractive, hardworking, can dress nice. And for the life of me, I just didn't. I swear to God, after I graduated, I was going to get into either politics or law in some way. I regret not joining the NYPD when I was younger, although I didn't have a license. So I'm not quite sure if I ever could have done it without one. But yeah, I applied to every political campaign that I could on both sides of the aisle, and all they wanted was free labor. And I was in the position at the time where my family was like, get out. Like, as soon as I graduated college, like, we don't want you here. So it's like, all right. So I would love to have done like an extra 4 years of schooling. Like, I wanted to go for my master's in like criminology or something, but I just wasn't able to. And then I didn't have the luxury of doing interns, so I just immediately jumped into the workforce. So the first 2 years, since I couldn't get into anything political, I couldn't get into anything legal, was the mailroom. I worked mailroom gigs for a while, and then I got into working at an engineering company as an admin, and then I was there for like 5 or 6 years doing some like weird data entry, slight project management, not quite project management, but a little bit, a lot of stuff there. But yeah. I always kind of wanted to go back to my college town and say, hey, can I get that job working at the front desk helping people? Because that was one of the most rewarding experiences I've had. Jay retracted the message. Melon, I made $83 today. Do you need help? Should I send it over? If you want to help, that's awesome, Melon. I appreciate. Kenan, hey, I'm back. And that's when she got hidden. Susan, I did a full year of college for paralegal. You might want to try to get into the firm. They always need people. You'd be good at it. Unfortunately, paralegal firms, you need a paralegal degree in New York City. You just can't go in as a nobody. And even for admins. So New York City is a weird place. I've had this conversation with family this weekend. And they're like, well, you should just go someplace and start from the bottom. It's like, yeah, that's not how it works here. Because for like a lot of positions in a lot of these companies, if you don't know anyone there, you can't get in. And for most starting like law office jobs that I've seen, it is super rare to find a law office job in New York City that does not require experience. There's like a meme saying, hey, we're looking for new college grads with 5 years experience. That's the reality in New York City. That maddening bullshit is the reality in New York City. Like, I've looked into trust me, on ZipRecruiter, on LinkedIn, I've looked at these jobs and they want legal experience there. And the few that haven't, I applied to and heard crickets. But I was dealing with some maddening situations with family over the weekend where it's just like, you need to start someplace from the bottom and work your way up. And it's just like, it's not how it works here. Like if there's a job, like a bottom tier job, like mailroom, like warehouse work, like facilities, they don't want to hire anybody in these companies who wants upward mobility anymore. The days of companies having people who started in the mailroom who ended up CEO, those days are fucking over. Those days have been over for like 20 years. What happens nowadays is they want people to work in the mailroom and die in the mailroom. And New York City has a very unique job culture where, how do I say this? No one wants to train people for upward mobility. What the current paradigm is, you stay either working blue collar work, mailroom facilities, janitorial, and there is no growth. And when they interview you, they actively look for people who really cannot grow. Like for most of those jobs, they'll take people who have, how do I say this? Criminal records, former drug addicts, current drug addicts, people who know not to rock the boat and know not to try harder, because those people will be there for a while. If they see somebody with a college degree and they ask you, what's your 5-year plan? You can't say, I'd like to move up in the company. Because I've had that told to me several times during interviews. Well, we don't want anybody who wants growth. We want people who start here to still be working here in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. There is almost no upward growth. And then for the higher positions, they either want fresh college grads who still might have experience through internships, or you have 5 or 10 years experience. If you're out of college for like 2 or 3 years and you want to start someplace new, fuck you. Unless you know somebody to get in, or you get in via some temp agency somehow. And it goes for the later on. So if you're an admin at most of these places, experience. It's super rare that you could start off as a noob when they're willing to train you. And New York City is just such, there's so much talent here. They can pull this bullshit. And I was having some conversation with some family today and yesterday about this, about like, what is it like why can't you like, grow in these other positions? Now it's not just that they want people to not grow so they don't have to worry about hiring new people for the mailroom or office services. In New York City, it is a 3-tier system of society, but really a 2-tier system as it grows. There is the lower class, welfare, immigrants, near homeless, or people who are struggling, who live in affordable housing. There's the shrinking middle class, and there's the rich folk. So New York City affordable housing, such as the projects, Section 8, or any place where you have government help for your apartments, or you live someplace that gives you subsidized rent because you're a poor, and I'm saying that jokingly, you are disincentivized from ever making more than X amount of money. Oftentimes, it is at your behest to make around, at most, $35,000 a year or less. If you're making that much money, you're entitled to Section 8 housing, meaning you pay like $200, $300 a month tops in rent. You get free electricity. You get your internet and cable bills cost half of that as everybody else. You have discounts on your monthly electrical bill. If you're one of the poors, those are the perks you get. So if you are someplace where you're getting damn near free housing, free electricity, half price internet, half price cable, and all these subsidies, and oftentimes free healthcare, you don't want a job outside of the mailroom. You don't want a job outside of office services. You don't want a job outside of the janitorial thing. This is your job for life thing works. So not only do you have a huge job pool of people who can work these jobs because of like they have no other options, but you have a bunch of people who don't want to fuck up their living situation because these people, they're like, oh yeah, they got it so easy. The government's giving everything. They see what they're in. Like, I was raised in this broke community. I was raised in the dirt poor areas. A lot of them are feeling trapped because they know that if they ever try too hard, if they ever start making, more money, they can get evicted from where they live. Like, if you're living in a housing project with your family, and there's like 20 of you in there because you can't fucking make ends meet. If one of you starts making a bunch of good money, they will kick that family the fuck out. It's really messed up. It's really, really messed up. So these people see what everyone else has, but they really can't do much unless they leave the city or save up and then, like, as a family community, buy a better place. It's a crazy system here, but like, and one of the most galling things, and oftentimes people don't understand this, and like for me, it's kind of like a all conversation when people ask me like, well, why don't you just start from the bottom some places? Like, honestly, you just can't anymore. You just can't. I went into so many jobs when I first graduated college a lifetime ago, started at the bottom, and I'm like, you know what? I will work those hours. I busted my ass in the mailroom. I busted my ass in office services. I cleaned floors. I stacked mail. I delivered packages. I had 2 college degrees, and I was referred to as mail boy all the time by people who were my own age or younger. But I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna grow into this. And life slapped me down like an abusive husband. Like, seriously. I would be told, like, you can't try to do more here. And I got fired a few times because I was inquiring about other positions. I was working at an advertising firm a while ago, and I was mailroom there. And oftentimes in mailrooms, you have your busy time in the morning, nothing, basically, your noon delivery time, and the end of the day, you got to pick up the packages. Your 3 busiest times of the day. That wasn't good enough for me. I was like, I I need to do something. So I'd volunteer myself to do photocopying. I'd volunteer myself to help with these things and that thing, this and that. And it drew the ire of a lot of my coworkers because it made me look like I have all this free time. Why aren't they doing anything? So if you work too hard in one of those lower positions, you get a lot of attention that your coworkers don't like you. But then the higher ups are like, you can't be doing so much because it makes like everyone else look bad, and then you're only supposed to be doing what you're doing. They want you to be on hand in case there's any sort of emergency thing happening, even though it's easy to communicate. So I got in trouble eventually because I was volunteering too much to getting to all these side projects done, helping people, and then eventually like, Bernardo, you got to stop. Like, all right, fine. And after all that hard work, they got bought out by another firm, and I found out that the entire mailroom division was being replaced by subcontractors from other companies. So like, well, there was never any growth to be had there. I spent 2.5 years of my life trying my hardest at this firm for nothing. And then I went to another mailroom because for a while all I could do was, all they would hire me was mailroom. And I went to another firm to do that. And they loved me. They loved that I volunteered and did all this other work. I found work to do. I streamlined a bunch of problems they had. I created directories of all the mail that was getting returned. This was a company called Brown Brothers Harriman. It's a large finance bank in New York City. I worked in the New York office and the New Jersey office, and I found work, and I did a bunch of work, and they were loving me. But when it came down to hire me, they're like, so what's your 5-year plan? Well, when I started there, I kept talking to so many employees who started off in the mailroom, started off as janitors, and they were higher up. I'm like, well, I'd like to work in the mailroom for 3 to 5 years and then move up in the position if possible, see if I can start taking on more responsibilities. And they was like, no, Bernardo, we don't really want to hire somebody who wants to do that. We need somebody who's here in the mailroom for the next 5, 10, 15 years. I'm like, what? There were some people who were lifers in the mailroom. There was like 2 guys there whose parents worked in the mailroom, and they worked in the mailroom, and that's all they wanted in life. They wanted a chill mailroom job, and I guess they got paid well enough. They were lucky. There were those New Yorkers whose family, like, they had a house and they were able to buy property, and their family helped them get property, so they weren't dealing with rental situations. So these guys were set up in life. They were okay. They were okay being mailmen. I wanted more, and when I brought that up, they're like, I don't think you're going to be a good fit. And soon afterward, I was let go. I was like, I tried so hard. So there is a little bit of a snippet of what happens when you work someplace and you have the idea in New York City that I'm going to start from the bottom and go to the top. That doesn't work here anymore. They pulled the people who did that pulled the ladder up behind them. And because the idea is still out there. The idea that you could start at the bottom and make it, that's for the most part gone. If you're lucky, you could join some position, some company as an admin or something else, and then you're not really at the bottom there though. You're kind of already in the middle, in the mix of things. And that is allowed at some places. Although you will find that even in those positions, even in admin, even in middle management, there are a lot of companies who do not want to let their employees grow. So it's crazy, and it's so frustrating to me when I talk to people, where people talk to me like, have you tried trying yet? You know, your issue is you're not trying to start from the bottom. You need to start at a warehouse job and like start at the bottom, and in like 6 months you'll be the manager. It's like, it doesn't fucking work that way. Like I was talking to a cousin about this, and it was just like I said, like, no, they don't hire people with 2 college degrees to work warehouse jobs. Trust me, I tried. Because they know that it like in 6 months or so, or like a year or so, I'm going to want more responsibility. And since now they have this active pool of millions of people in New York City who are in Section 8, who are in like the projects, who are just happy to just do warehouse, they don't need people like me. They just don't. And that just leaves me with screaming the wind. But it's still, it bothers me because there's this idea that, like, look at you. I bet you don't want to get your hands dirty, right? You don't. You like, look. You're just you're not willing to work for it. If you haven't found something yet, it's because you're not trying. It's like, fuck you, fuck you. So there's that. But like in other places, from my understanding, it's not as bad. But New York City is cutthroat, and it has this weird I don't know how to say it, this weird perfect pot that they're able to stratify the job market to where you're here, and maybe if you're around here, you have a chance. Like if you're higher up in a company, you have family and friends who could recommend you for places, or people who could push you higher if you're lucky enough to be in a position of growth, or if you have a specialized degree in something, a la law, a la radiology, a la, you know, some blue collar skill, or like some something you went to school for. Not my shit. Like, I don't really have anything too special for me yet. What I can do next time I may be able to is to learn some specialized things. So we'll see. And that is a rant that probably nobody was here for, but hey, there it is. Let's catch up on chat. I am super late. And also, we've got some new people watching. Howdy, my name is Bernardo Spaniel. I'm in New York City for now. I'm trying my best to make it here, and I should have had the lights off for that entire rant. Hi. I think Nergi wants to play. She keeps looking over. Hi. Is this charge enough yet for Bob? Let's see. Dude, rechargeable batteries are the biggest fucking scam. These things do not hold the charge at all. I think these are made to make you waste money on electricity that you probably would have otherwise spent buying the batteries that would have lasted longer. Hey, there we go. Hey, there we go. We got properly lit. Susan, I did a full year of college for paralegal. You might want to try to get in a firm. They always need people you'd be good at it. I tried. I still try. I still see those jobs every once in a while and I apply. I don't have the experience, but I try. You look fancy in this fine evening. Thank you, Kenna. Everyone's saying hi to Kenna. I'm sorry. Matthew, if price increases were purely cost through pass-through, margins would have compressed and stayed flat. They did not. Margins improved for restaurants and fast food providers, but after 2020, the price went up. Yes. Says back. I'm probably missing so much chat, but we're gonna skip. Sam, no caps. Kenna, I'm back. I love that you think that freeway. I'm a huge pain in the ass. Says Susan. Ken, oh my God, the AI is in chat. The AI is in chat. Allie is here. Allie is watching. It didn't make sense to me either. Susan, I worked for free for a year to get a job. Worked at a bakery at nights. I've tried volunteering at a few places, and they really only want kids doing that. This is another crazy thing about New York City. Like, adult volunteers usually get like, the only places you're able to volunteer as an adult are nonprofits that focus either on pets or in people. So think about ASPCA or the like. Oh, there's a whole industry of nonprofits in New York City that are built upon the backs of volunteers. Oftentimes volunteers are desperate for work that they'll never get. Like, there's another shady little secret. A lot of the political campaigns use volunteers that they never plan on hiring. It's not even a vetting process, it's just what they do. There's a shit ton of nonprofits in New York City that have like an army of volunteers on welfare, and the people in charge are making buku money. It's dirty. It's a dirty thing here. But yeah, I tried getting in free for a lot of places, but a lot of places are just like, no, we don't need you. And if we would get somebody, it would be college interns. If you're out of college and you're trying to work for free at a lot of places in New York City, you're looked at like a goddamn pariah. Like, because in their mind is, well, if you can't get a job here, why do I want you here for free? Because there's certain legal, there's some things with the law about who you can have work for you for free or not, and if it's volunteer, what roles they can do or not, and for some reason that's oddly enforced. But in New York City, how interns are treated is not enforced. So at Hazen and Sawyer, this engineering firm, they had college interns doing real engineering work. They had interns reviewing documents for municipal projects that were being worked on. They had interns actually doing work or doing the most mundane, dumb shit in the office. Things interns are not supposed to be doing, they had. but they would never allow an adult person to learn the ropes or work their way in. There's like a bunch of legal reasons why they put themselves at risk, and then there's a bunch. I also would say there's a bunch of people who we have in the world now who just, I can see being bad actors, volunteering someplace, and then, oh no, I fell. Like New York City suffers from a horrible system of a whole bunch of scam people like falling on purpose in restaurants and bars. There was a case recently about this Hasidic Jewish guy. This Hasidic Jewish guy in a wheelchair was going to a bunch of restaurants and businesses that didn't have wheelchair access, saying he went to them and then suing them from discrimination. Oh, I couldn't get in. And then Hasidic Jew, so they're very, you can't do a lot of things. Went to some places where they were like some bacon places, to some strip clubs, and sued a whole bunch of places like for discrimination because he was disabled. Well, come to find out, this guy's been doing this for like 5 or so years with this law firm, and then randomly the news, local news, followed the guy to his house. Motherfucker didn't use a wheelchair. Motherfucker was faking it for years, and they built a whole bunch of company for like small businesses out of tens of thousands of dollars. They've gotten places shut down. There's there's a cottage industry of scam artists suing a whole bunch of law-abiding businesses for any and all reasons. It is a very fucked up place here, and I don't even know if that guy even faced repercussions. There's like it's crazy. So I can understand why they don't want free people coming into the office, because what if it's some nut job who wants to find a way to sue us? Like you would think there'd be like more opportunity here, but there's really not if you're not lucky. Chris, get out of New York. 2 degrees is crazy, and they won't hire you. Yeah, I can't. If I can move from New York City, I probably will one of these days. Susan, hi baby. Susan says, chat must feel like you're in a room full of people having conversations. Honestly, I love that though. Like, honestly, I do love it though when like you guys are having conversations amongst yourselves, because that's how a successful chat for successful YouTubers work, where you guys chat amongst yourselves. You guys keep yourselves busy. You guys are like, you know, being cool with each other, because an active chat makes YouTube push the chat in the stream to more people. So if you guys are friends with each other and checking in on your day and being nice to each other and like friends, and you're using this as a community to chat with each other, that is ideal. And that's also why I protect the chat so much from the cray-crays. Problem is, I worry that I am missing, like, because Messenger hit, it's like, wait, but am I missing chats? So my big fear was, what if there's some chats not even showing up for me? So that's why I was freaking out about it. And sometimes I feel like, yeah, the conversation's happening and I'm not following, and I feel like I'm being a jerk, that I'm ignoring you guys. I don't know how to make this work, okay? I don't. I'm trying. Stephen Collins, welcome back, said hi. Pentagram, hi from Italy, Sicily. Cool. Hi, I'm in New York City. One of these years, I might check out Sicily. Ali, 10% of all 45-year-old CEOs started off in the mailroom. Sure they did. I'm sure they pulled the ladder right back up after their... Ali, my mother started at the bottom at a bank. How long ago did your mother start at the bottom of the bank? That's my question. Like, that's the thing. So many people from the previous generation started at the bottom and rose up. Just like so many people in previous generations were able to support their family on a part-time job. Just like plenty of people in previous generations were able to afford a house on a modest salary. A lot of that is not doable for people like me. It's just not. It's just not doable. But the hard part is the idea that you can is still out there, and then the idea that you're not succeeding it goes against that, and it makes you look like you're not trying. So those old ideas, well, my family started from back here. My grandfather started in their room. He did really well for himself. Well, I bet your grandpa wasn't paying several $1,000s a month in rent. Now, yes, some prices do translate with inflation and all, but shit is crazy for the modern people. Like millennials and onward, hell, even people before the millennials were struggling hard, and especially in the bigger cities. I appreciate the comment though, Ali. I do get it, but like that whole you're just not trying off, or you like she had all this other stuff on, able to do all this stuff in a spare time thing, doesn't work these days. Susan, why is real world experience not worth anything? So fucked up. Dude, not only is real world experience not worth anything these days, but like if you have like gaps in your resume, sometimes even a year, so like, well, what were you doing? What was wrong with you? Why weren't you employed? The system's rigged against you. Stephen Collins, choose your own paint job. I want to aim for buying a very cheap auction property this year after April. Awesome. I hope you're not going to be one of those people who just flip properties, because I think the whole property flipper thing added to the whole affordability crisis in America. Like this idea of every house has to be flipped for like $100,000 more, or that prices need to keep rising for real estate. That's been part of the downfall for America, honestly. Like, I hope you're not a flipper. If you're a flipper, don't tell me you're a flipper, because honestly, I hate flippers. I hate it. I'm dreaming of one day finding myself a nice $20,000, $30,000 house someplace in the middle of nowhere that's still safe, sane, and doable, and building a life out there. Because anything beyond that, I don't actually see happening. But I do love the idea that you're saying, like, you want to buy an auction property. If you're just going to start a life there, that's beautiful. I love that idea. I hope you get it. Because like now, I think there was some disgusting number, like a third of all auction properties last year were bought up by private equity. Like private equity is buying out the market from the American people, and they're paying exorbitant fees because they're going to turn it all into rental properties, which is just fucking evil. Can you imagine, like, you want to live in a nice area and all of your neighbors are renters, and you try to escape that life? They don't have any investment in the community. They don't have any investment in the town or all this stuff. Like, they're destroying the fabric of Americana this way. It's sort of like when Airbnb destroyed the housing markets for a lot of the big cities. Like there's a few points in Manhattan, I think for a few years, there were more Airbnbs available than rental properties, because so many people bought out apartments and started flipping them for money on the side. So there's not even that many places to like rent from anymore, because a lot of it is either short-term rentals or long-term. Like it's insane. It's insane. I really wish we had some people in power who are willing to shut most of this shit down. I'm not saying I want to go full commie, but we've gone way too far with this free market shit. And sorry for being so ranty today. I blame chat. Yes, all I did. My parents did. It still exists, I believe. I did, and my parents did. I still exist, I believe. I'm happy you do. Well, people who have the victim mindset don't go anywhere. Well, if you think I have the victim mindset, then fine. She would fire people who told on other employees she was detested being late. Okay. Stalin Sot Roach said, love you, bye. So don't talk crap. Show up on time. Allie, that's not helping, buddy. That's how you get to the top. You shut up, you show up to work, do extra courses, and goodbye, Allie. All right, what else? Adverse possession of an unknown property is illegal and lawful and not living there openly without... Wait, what's going on? Stephen Collins, adverse possession of an unknown property is legal and lawful as long as you live there openly without opposition. Nardio, just join ICE. I would love to join ICE. I would love to join ICE, but I don't have a license. That's it. Like, I can't afford a license. If I could afford a driving school, I would do driving school and get a license if I had the time and join ICE tomorrow. Like, I know it's a joke, but I would in a heartbeat. Oh, Electro just had a good comment here. I worked in, so Electro did fabric work for years. I worked in alterations. I had a coworker that would clock out and then continue her work unpaid because, you know what, actually, let me do something, unhide. And I'll put you in timeout. There we go, 24 hours. That'll do it. Just put Allie on timeout. I don't want to hear shut up and work harder, dude. That's like a dickish way to phrase it. That's really a dickish way to say it, Allie. It really is. Like that whole just shut up and do it. Fuck you. I'm really tired of that. And that's kind of what I was going with the story. That whole shut up and do it talk, not the way to talk to somebody going through the struggle. It's really fucking not. And I am really not here for that shit. You got a 24-hour ban right now, timeout, but I will fucking ban you if you tone me like that shit again. Electro. When she was so Electro was getting by a couple years ago in New York City, and she was doing, how do I say this? She worked in like alterations. I forgot the name of it. Like, what are those stores where you made wedding dresses, that's where she worked. And Electro had a really interesting comment here. When I worked in alterations, I had a coworker that would clock out and then continue her work unpaid because she didn't want to earn after a certain amount just to keep her Section 8 housing. Think about that. Think about that. Here's a person doing an honest day's work who has to continue doing the honest day's work so she doesn't lose the job, but she has to limit that income just to keep a roof over her head. This is the shit we have to deal with in New York City. And because of that, because that company has employees like that employee, they're able to keep the wages really low and demand that much more from every employee. And I remember Electro telling me stories. They worked her ass to the fucking bone for a legit job at a legit nationwide chain because they have employees like this who are willing to dock their own hours while still pulling in full-time work. Like employees like what Electro had hurts everybody. But that poor woman, I'm assuming, her work. That poor woman is in a no-win situation. She has to work an 8-hour day to keep the job, but she can't bill an 8-hour day or she'll lose her house. This is the shit that we face here in New York City, but no one knows this struggle outside of the people who were born and raised here. I only know about this because, again, I was raised in the projects. I was raised with the crackheads, drug dealers, and all that other shit. And at a certain point, when I was in college, after I graduated, when I was in college, I started hurting my mother's ability to have her housing project. So she kicked me off of basically being her family on welfare so she could maintain her apartment in the Bronx. Because I guess I was making too much, it was weird. I was making too much money when I was in college because I was like doing some paid, like some like job stuff and internship things that made me a little bit of cash. That fucked up her welfare. And then she was all sorts of disabled, so if she kept me on as I was living with her, it would have like got her, she probably could have lost her apartment. And I only found this out after it fucked up a whole bunch of my stuff in college. It's like a no-win situation, but no one really knows about this unless you're there. But and it's like it's frustrating because like reading that comment from Electro, I remember they would like she used to tell me like how little she was being paid and how much work they were expecting from her. Like that doesn't seem right. But she's like, I had no choice. She would tell me, and I'm like, this feels really fucked up. And she never told me this part before. But now understanding that this major bridal chain, this is a nationwide chain that sells dresses to women, you know, for the special day, that they have employees like this. Of course they're gonna treat their employees like shit. Of course they are. Like, especially being in New York City, we have, and I can't imagine how much worse it got after they imported all that free cheap labor. This is the world we live in. Stephen Collins, never volunteer. And then Ali comes in, yes, volunteered. Ali, I swear to God, I will ban you. Like, it's like volunteering is like, on the one hand makes sense, on the other hand, like destroys the job market for so many other people. There are so many companies that use free labor of volunteers and interns that it just shrinks the pool for everybody else. It makes it where people can be seasonal instead of full-time. It's pretty messed up. Stephen, it's wild because it's terrible mindset causing large problem and massive taxes. Without tax from your wage, to be better off, would you be? Because aim to be your own boss, Nardio. I'm trying. You're being negative, you can still achieve something outside of it. It's not that I'm being negative, it's just that I'm just talking about what I'm dealing with. This is a bit of a vent. If you guys think this is me being bitchy, you don't have to hang out here. Sorry about that. I try to avoid this, but for some reason chat kind of went this way. And every once in a while, if you're not new here, you know every once in a while there's like a little bit of tangent that happens, if there's like something that gets under my skin or something I feel like chatting or venting about. And this one's especially close to my heart because of the conversation that I've had to have with people this weekend over and over and over again. So having it come up in chat, while understandable, I felt like I should respond to with honesty and kind of explain myself. And I hope this is coming across more as explanation with a bit of bitch, but an explanation to the bitch as well, if that makes any sort of sense. Because I know a lot of people who aren't from like the big city wouldn't really get these sorts of issues. Aim to be your own boss. I'm trying, honest to God. Like if Kasacon would ever take off, yes. If Nardio, the website, ever took off, or the YouTube, yes. If there's some other venture I could try where I could be my own boss, yeah, totally, totally. Like I love the idea of having that sort of power over my own life. And I do aim for it. Like, I don't really want to be anybody's bitch or subservient. Almost no one does. I mean, I understand there's the safety and job security of it too, but if there was a way to actually make it on my own, and I would. We'll see if I can make the opportunities happen. What's going on here? You aim to be your own boss. You're being negative. You can still achieve something else out of that. Okay. Susan, yes, I got bored at jobs. Easily changed about every 3 years. That's awesome. I find it awesome when people are able to do that, and you're able to live the life where you can, like, you know what, I want to try this, and you're comfortable enough in your position to do that. God bless you. God bless you. You're talking about being an American salaryman in different ways. And Allie's just telling me I'm not trying hard enough, basically. Finally in my bed, relaxing after a long day. Good, Browse. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope it's super chill. And I'm sorry if my conversations are too for you. No, we're here for it, Stevens. You get or you get a trade with no student debts. Can you build your own house? I did not learn any trade yet. I did not. I was raised in the generation of trades are for suckers. There was a certain point in Americana where we stopped respecting trade work and started pushing white collar work. And I was part of the generation that was told, don't be a plumber, you're a fucking idiot. Don't be a construction worker, you're a fucking idiot. Don't learn a skill, learn how to do office work. I am the child of that. Now, when I was growing up, I was also raised around blue collar people. My father and grandfather were auto mechanics. And I used to beg them, like, please show me how to fix the cars. Growing up watching grandpa and my dad like fix cars was so fucking cool. Like, on the one hand, for two different reasons. One, my dad was a drug addict failure fuck up. The one thing he was really good at, though, was fixing cars. And that guy he could fix anything. And it was nice seeing him go from the fuck up to the competent person who could fix anything. And I found that quite inspiring. And I wanted to be like, have those cool moments like my dad, where like I can fix, he wasn't dependent upon anyone to fix his car. He would laugh at, and all the mechanic friends of his would always laugh at the guys who were like, oh, look at this faggot having to go to freaking car, having to go to the garage to pay for this stuff. They would laugh at the people who would come to them for them to fix their cars. Like, you should know this. You should know this. And then they would take advantage of these guys and they would overbill them just because they felt no respect. They were assholes. They felt no respect for the customers because they feel, how do you not know how to fix your own fucking car? What is wrong with you? But then I'm like, can you show me? No, I don't want you to know how to do this shit. Go to school. And I would try, and he'd smack me sometimes. What are you doing? I want to learn how to change the fucking, like, the brakes. It's like, no, like, God damn it. Go over there. They didn't even want me watching them fix things. Because I guess they didn't want me to get the mindset where I'd give up school and learn a fucking trade. And then my grandpa was the same way. Like, he was hilarious. Grandpa was like this dapper, like, fat, older Puerto Rican guy with caramel skin and a white beard and a top hat and shit. Not a top hat, but one of those, like, 70s pimp hats and shit. And that guy could also fix everything. And this guy lived a storied life. And he loved working on his cars. And I used to love watching Grandpa work on his cars, smoke a cigar, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, Grandpa, come on, teach me how to do like mechanic stuff. Like, no. Teach me Spanish. No. So I was also raised in the generation of Spanish household where they did not want their children learning Spanish because they did not want their kids having an accent. Now, if this is something a lot of the younger kids might not get, but some people from the 60s, 70s, they get this. 60s, even earlier. They raised a lot of the next generation just to speak English because it was frowned upon to have like a Spanish accent because you sounded stupid. That's how it's like, that's how people thought of you if you couldn't speak English properly. And my family, unfortunately, had it where they did not want me learning Spanish growing up. They chastised me for not speaking Spanish, but they, God forbid, they tried to teach me. And they did not want me learning how to fix things because they wanted me to go to college so I wouldn't have to fix my own things. They were worried that I would like end up like my father or some other deadbeats who just fix cars for a living. What kind of a loser are you to do that shit? So I was pushed to do like college, because before that I wanted to do, you guys might not believe this, but you want to know what my dream job was for years? A butcher. I would love to have been a butcher. I used to always love, when I was a kid, going into the butcher section of the supermarket, seeing those guys in the cool coats with blood on it and stuff, cutting meat and doing all this other stuff. It was just so cool to me. I think when I was 7 or 8 years old, there was a butcher shop across the street from my house, and I walked in and I volunteered. Can I have a job? Can I please have a job? I wanted money to go next door and play video games. So I made $2 a week if I showed up every day and swept the floors of the butcher shop and threw out some trash. And I was doing that when I was like 7. I think I did it for like 2 years. I thought they were so cool. And then when I was in high school, I was begging, come on, please, 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 let me work here. Let me work here. No, you go to college. We don't want you here. I'm like, come on, please. Because to me, it was like one of the, I don't know why. I just thought it was such a cool job to have. All you do all day is cut meat. It seemed easy. It seemed kind of fun. You get to make all your food. Like, it seemed like a great job. And they were like, no. And then when I was in college, after I was turned 18, actually, while I was in college, I went to every supermarket in Viveiro. There's a way to say it, but there's a Spanish way of saying butcher shop or butchery place. And in Spanish parts of the city, there'd be like Spanish butcher places where they had all sorts of exotic animals and whatnot. They'd kill those motherfuckers right there and skin them or like defeather them, and like that was their thing. I went to every one of these places I can get to, and I begged for a job, like at the butcher shops, at the viveros, at all these places. They all said no to me. They all said no to me because they saw me as a kid with my hair, to the side. I'd have a white shirt on because I had it in my head that if I was going to apply for a job, I should dress my best. So on hot summer days, in between college breaks, I went to every butcher shop that I could in a fucking suit, and I tried to get a job, and they all said no. You don't want to work here, kid. Look at you. Look at you. Finish college, go someplace else. You don't want this fucking job. And I just kept getting turned down. I tried. And I just it was really frustrating too. It's like, man, I want to be a butcher. I want to learn how to fix cars. And then when I was in college, the few guys that I knew who worked on their own cars, they didn't really have the time to like teach me how to work on their cars. And then that's when I discovered pussy. And I was like, well, look, if I'm going to have a hobby and I can't fix cars, it's going to be a woman. So once I was deemed attractive to the fairer sex, okay, so the blue collar thing kind of felt like whatever. Let me spend time with Jennifer. Let me spend time with Tiffany. Let me spend time with Yahaira. Let me spend time, But when I went home from the breaks and I was looking for a job, I still would try at the local places. They said no. There was even, this is going to sound hilarious. There was a neighborhood bookie where I grew up that I tried to get a job in. What's more blue collar than working for the organized crime syndicate in New York City? God damn it, I tried. I tried to get a job working for the bookie, and they're like, no, you don't get to fucking work here. No, you go to fucking school. You do not fucking your life up over here. Because obviously they didn't want me throwing my life away for a life of crime, but I thought working for the bookie was pretty cool too. I tried, okay? And then I got it in my head that I wanted to be a cook. And my father made it his life's work to talk me out of being a cook. Like, oh, you can't be a cook. It's a horrible job. And all right, and then I ended up meeting a cousin who was a cook. And the guy was a hardcore drug addict fuck up. So meeting that cousin who was a cook, who was a failure, I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to be a cook. And then I tried doing computer science when I was in high school. And they had no computer science resources. This is way back when, before most of you were born. And there was nothing there. They just had me doing like LAN work, which was simple, but there was anything more besides that. And then the guy eventually stopped wanting to teach me anything with the computers. So I was just kind of like floundering around in high school. Then when I went to college, I was just pushed toward college. I had my mother's brother, my uncle. I don't know why I say it that way, but my uncle was a plumber, and I begged him, "Hey, can I work for you? I would love to have like a summer job." No, no. But why? He's like, because you're going to college. I don't want you fucking doing this with your life. Like, please. And I would beg my uncle to let me work with him because he had his own company doing plumbing. No, did not want me helping with him at all. And honestly, after a while, I didn't really want to do plumbing too much because in my house, for various reasons, I kind of got sick of plumbing, but I tried. And then when I was in college, eventually I did construction with a cousin, but the guy was the biggest piece of shit in the world. And he basically treated me like slave labor. And my nickname was Kunta. Like, the family that I worked with and stayed with there treated me like an indentured servant / slave. And I really enjoyed construction work. I loved carpentry. I was pretty damn good at it. I loved doing whatever the fuck it is when you like, what is it called? It's like you're working with cement and you flatten it out really nice. I did a bunch of different kind of construction stuff, but the environment was so toxic. Like, the cousin that I worked with was a horrible, horrible piece of shit. And the family that I was staying with, they treated me horribly. And eventually I just got kind of sick of it. Like, and I destroyed my hands working there because for a joke, he had me doing framing with the wrong hammers. And I was like, oh my, like, I didn't know you're supposed to use a special hammer for framing. He had me using a small hammer as a joke to do framing for a bunch of projects. And like, I'm like, my hand doesn't, like, I can't move my hands. Like, well, use the fucking other hand. And it got so bad that I couldn't use my wrist after a bit. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, he's like, well, I'll just fuck with you. You're not supposed to use that hammer. I'm like, what? I ended up doing serious lifetime damage to both of my wrists working for that piece of shit. And he laughed it off as a joke. And then I went to his father, who was a doctor, and I begged for help. Like, I can't move my wrists. He's like, you're being a fucking faggot. Just take some Tylenol. Like, they did not respect me as a human being with that part of the family. So I tried doing construction with them for, like, I think 2 or 3 years. And eventually, I burnt out because you could only be treated by shit by family for so long before I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't worth it. And during that time of doing construction, I did framing, I did roofing, I did road work, I did painting. I did a lot of it, and I enjoyed it when I wasn't being treated like a worthless slave. Like, the process was really nice, but it just was toxic. And then that said, though, it was a very valuable experience. Like, after doing construction, after doing roofing, like 90+ degree days during the summer, I understood what hard work was, and it made me a lot stronger as a person, and it made everything else I did afterwards seem easy. Like, anytime I would do like a mindless office job, and I was being treated like shit, it was like, well, at least I'm not doing roofing right now. So it gave me valuable perspective. But yeah, the trades just never really worked out for me. And then this was also during the time when a bunch of trade schools, most of you might not remember this, but there used to be a whole bunch of trade schools way back when, in like the 80s and 90s, I think even early 2000s, that turned out to be horrific scams that fucked a lot of people over. It was actually in the news a lot, that a lot of these schools fucked a bunch of people over, gave them worthless degrees. A bunch of schools were used to, like, known for churning out people who couldn't do the fucking work. So the whole trade school thing was kind of like a ha-ha joke, at least when I was growing up. So yeah, I went corporate. But yeah, and the weird part is now there's a big backlash against all of this. Well, what, you're too good for a fucking hard day's work? It's like, oh my God, fuck you. Ah! I need some water. Give me a second. I've been talking way too much. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, baby. So funny enough, my wrists are still actually fucked up. Like, I have to be careful when I'm working out that, like, sometimes if I'm doing like a lot of arm work or chest work, my wrist could kind of go like, I can't use it much for like a week sometimes. I have like a collection of wrist braces and sleeping braces for my wrists because I'm still living with this stuff. And every once in a while, my wrist will just go out, and it's basically useless for a week, and it's maddening. I remember there was this one time I was working and I just got this new temp job and my wrist just went out, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't use my hands. So yeah, I hate that cousin. Hate that cousin, by the way. What's going on here? Where you get a trade with no student debts, you build your own house. One of these years. I would love to build my own house. That seems so goddamn romantic. It does seem so romantic. Prodigal son Chris. I'm so behind on chat, guys. I'm sorry about this. I suck at this. Prodigal son Chris says, climbing corporate ladder isn't the move anymore. It's still the move. It's still the move if you have the right degree and if you know people and if you're lucky enough to land at a company. Like, I don't really like the idea of sounding like, oh, you can't survive these days. No, there's plenty of examples of people surviving and doing great. I just happen to have spectacular luck. Like, this is why I'm also not a fan of people who are like, oh, you can never find love. All women are evil, or all men are bad. Like, no, there's plenty of examples of people finding romance and love. There's plenty of people out there who are doing it, who are going out and succeeding. I'm just giving like a loser's take on things. But like, as far like, corporate is still working for a lot of people, and like, you know, one of the beautiful things about America is corporate's doing great. The sad part though is we're undercutting a lot of corporate with a lot of imported labor who are doing a lot of the work at a fraction of the cost, and a lot of companies are just pretty much aiming for that labor while destroying American jobs and hope. So yeah. Okay, Stacy, that sounds nice. Browse and take. Wait, oh my God, where are we? Where are we at here? I am so behind on chat. It sounds nice. Browse, says Stacy, taking my kid and friends to see Five Nights at Freddy's. Is it good? I've never played the Five Nights at Freddy's game because I'm kind of a little bitch. I don't like getting scared. But I hear the movies are actually good. Glowbob ran out, but I charged his battery, and he's back. So he'll be back for a bit. I have to have a little more light on me. Your girl, Stellar, said hi. Hello, Stellar. I'm so sorry I'm late to the chat. Stephen Collins, business card swaps of CEOs. What? We're just gonna hear browse. Oh my God, yes, Cat, that's cool. I didn't really care for that movie. Saw the first one, gave me P vibes. You know the P word, right? Ends with O. My daughter is a baby, so just left to see Avatar. Ugh. Well, I was 26 then, so hello, your girl Stellar. Taw, very label experiences pretty much throughout most of the country. I hear a lot of people are suffering. Like, I just learned what the word dejected means this year. Like, I've been hearing that there's like a problem of dejected young men in Americana, and I finally understand it. Yes, Kat, Browse says, yes, Stacy, I'm excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the last season episode of Stranger Things, went and bought me and my eldest son a cool shirt from the show. Cool. Gave me those vibes of that too. See, this is scary. This is the thing that puts me off of modern movies. Like, there's a lot of things you see that's like, this isn't right. You think that's bad? Look into anime. Anime has a lot of P vibes. There's a lot of anime stuff and manga stuff. You gotta be, like, I'm a huge proponent of anime and manga, but it has a very prolific problem of P endorsement that is a major issue. So if you let your kids watch anime stuff or manga stuff, if I were you, I'd be careful about what they consume of it. Now, I heard the last Stranger Things thing was meh, but yeah. Talking about themselves. Also listen to Nardio. Mikey, how many aborted? Oh my God. I get the joke, Mikey, but come on. How many aborted fetuses did you eat Sunday brunch in order to keep that smooth complexion? I am getting more and more jokes, like, in fucked up humor, too, of like, why do you look so young? How do you still look so young? I'm like, I drink blood. I have a vulgar joke I used to say, but now knowing that, like, my aunt watches this stream, I'm trying to be less vulgar because it's extra weird. Like, guys, can you imagine if you're trying to, like, you're hanging out with your friends, but you know your mom's watching? Can you imagine how that kind of limits your conversation? Like, I love that my aunt watches. I do love that my aunt watches, but now I'm like, God damn it. I had a joke I told for decades of why I look so young, but I feel weird saying it now. Right, Nardio, rent is crazy everywhere. Yes, my first rent in the Midwest was $550. I wish. Dude, my first rent in this apartment way back when was $1,225. Way back when. When I was paying $1,225 for this apartment in the South Bronx, where my mother was murdered, rent was $1,225. In the project areas, rent was like $1,300. It was a steal to move here at $1,225. Meanwhile, I talked to my friends in Portland or in Texas. They were renting houses for about $600 a month. Houses with like 4 rooms and a living room and a driveway enclosed for $600 a month. And it's like, man, this is kind of crazy here in New York City. Like, I have a closet. Like, my apartment could fit in like friends. Like, I have friends and family who, like, my entire apartment could fit in their bedroom comfortably. Comfortably. So yeah, rent is bonkers. And now, for what I am paying in my building, I have neighbors who are paying 3 to 4 times what I'm paying in rent. So this is why I have a feeling maybe I'm being pushed out with all this vibration stuff. Maybe management is trying to get me to get the fuck out. Because the minute I leave, they get to jack the rent to this apartment up a disgusting degree. Where are we at here? First place was like $350 with a roommate in North Cali. Like, you have, so oh my God. So Stacy's saying her first place was $350 with a roommate. I'm seeing apartments where it's like $2,500, $3,000 to live with roommates. Think about that. This is New York. Browse 2-bedroom garage. Jesus Christ, how you doing? I'm doing okay, Shabby. Now that I'm hanging out with chat, I'm doing okay. Although I should go to sleep soon. I did not want to be online this long, but I went to a giant bitch fit. My first house on a land contract you could find is probably the only way to afford a home, rents, own situation. Understand? When I first moved to my first apartment, it was $750, 1 bedroom. I wish I had a bedroom. I got a 2-bedroom, $900. Oh my God. So, oh my God. I wish those prices. My hubby got this condo, $2,200. Yeah, prices are crazy. Susan, you're blaming us for the rent. It's a small 2-bedroom apartment. Deal, browse Midwest. Susan, you know a lot of people love living in the middle. There's nowhere it's cheap. You need to calm down. My goodness, no excuse for that. You don't like it, you can leave. All right, this guy's banned. A lot nicer than I was going to say, browse. Johnny Perry, I slipped and hit my head earlier today, so when I went inside, I felt like I was high or something for like 2 hours. I feel lucky a lot better. John E. Player, you need to go to the ER. If you've slipped and hit your head and you felt that weird, go to the fucking ER. I'm super late to this chat, but any of you who are having head trauma, head issues, take it immediately to the ER, especially if you feel all sorts of fucked up afterward. You might die. Take it seriously. Yes, I wanted to cuss him out, but Nardio don't like us to argue with haters. I banned him. Thank you for being awesome, Browse. I do appreciate you getting upset. But yeah, a few people got banned tonight, and I am not looking back. I'm just not. Like, I'm obviously not in a position to where I want to tolerate people who are punching down at me. Fuck you. Or being sarcastic about it. Browse hated it, got as soon as it could. John, take it careful. Yeah, John got banned. Susan, different food. I could not remember half the stuff I did today. Dude, go to the fucking ER. That is so cool. So I got like an electric fountain, and Nergi loves it. I gotta get Jasmine to get this. Johnny, I'm serious, go to the ER. Yeah, I love how Susan and everybody else is like, no, dumbass, go to the doctor. Browse, your conversations are always good. Thank you so much. Honest to God, I was worried I was being too negative. Want to hear a joke? Sure. Honestly, no. Nardi, I've been watching for 7 years. You saved my life. Damn. Damn. That means a lot. I'm happy you found some happiness with me. That said, I hope you find happiness outside of me as well, but thank you for saying that. That does mean a lot. I've been at plenty of low points in my life, and I've found ways to push through it, and it is an honor that I've been able to help you push through that. I wish you the very best. Now, don't get weird. Johnny, I have my mom because I work on a farm, and while I work, I slip my head back ahead. Lucky I have a beanie and a hoodie to make it. Dude, go to the doctor. University education makes financial sense. Engineering, medicine, or high-yield degrees. Otherwise, trade makes more financial sense. That is stuff we're finding out now. That is not stuff that was pushed upon us like 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. But yes, now engineering, doctor stuff. Yeah, that uncle for the side of the family that treated me like shit, he was a doctor. He talked me out of going into med school. So he's like, oh, you don't want to be a doctor. I was like, all right, that was stupid advice. That's why I went into trades. I got my red steel and trailers. My sister course in university social studies. I ended up never using it. Went to education debt. It's a different world now. It is a crazy world now. Also, hello, Kathos. I hope you're doing well. Sorry that you guys came in tonight when I was ranting. Although a few of you like it when I do rants. It's really weird. It's really, really weird doing this because hi. Like Nergi's opening up to me more and more right before she has to go home, which is always heartbreaking. But she keeps coming up to me to play, but then it's running off. I think she wants me to chase her. Or she wants more treats because I've been spoiling her ride. Who knows? But yeah, it's a really, really weird world that we're in now. I think it was like Mike Rowe, who did the dirty jobs thing that kind of made a blue collar work sexy again. And then like blue collar work never went out of style. Like they were doing great. The sad part is the construction industry has been hitting a kind of a low point because they've embraced illegal labor, which is insane because you were able to make a really great living with construction. But nowadays, the only ways that jobs that seem safe is union, and getting into that's really fucking hard. But yeah, construction needs to be one of those jobs where you just like fucking build your own house and shit. But yeah, a lot of the trades, they were always financially viable, and now more than ever. And it's beautiful because there's like a second, how do I say this? There's like a second renaissance, you could almost say, for blue collar work in America, and we're reindustrializing a lot because what is it called? We're bringing back a lot of jobs to America for various reasons. The share revolution, building up all these new factories for various things, onshoring jobs again is coming in, and we need people to work and build things again. We need people to make stuff in America again. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And the people who are in trades, who were once scoffed at, can move to any city, and as long as you know how to fucking weld, you got a job. As long as you know electricity, you're an electrician with experience behind you and a certification, you got a job anywhere. It's beautiful. It's honestly, I am happy for the people who got in and were able to make something with these careers, because a long time ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they were being mocked. They were being mocked. It is they are now coming into the fame, and there's a new generation of people growing up who are looking upon people like me as, well, I'm not going to be like you. I'm going to learn a fucking trade, and I'm not going to have any student debt, and bam. Now, I hope we don't go back to a part where the trade schools get predatory again. I really hope so. I hope we hope not. I really hope we don't have it where the trades get like, well, you need a college degree in construction to do construction. Like, I hope we don't go down that fucking dirty route. I could see it happening. And Belle has blessed us with her presence once more. This is like, you'll never catch me ranting against people who do that sort of work, because honestly, I find that sort of work beautiful. And I found people who are able to like work with their hands all day. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I never understood it when I was in college doing construction, and I was in all those classes with in sociology and psychology and all these other things. Often my classmates would be like making fun of construction workers. I'm like, okay, question, who's the smartest person in class? They're like, you. Guess what I do for my summer breaks? And they couldn't believe it. They could not believe that the well-spoken, handsome guy, who was a huge political science nerd, who was a huge sociology nerd, was also into construction and wanted to do woodworking and loved working in his hands. There was this idea that if you do these sorts of jobs, you're stupid. And it's still pretty prevalent, which is kind of insane. Browse. Yes, Nardio, it's crazy how they don't teach Spanish. Browse, you know about that, right? Please tell me you know about that. There are a lot of Spanish people who don't want to teach their kids Spanish. And you got fucking spics like me who can barely speak it. Today I had this cutie flirt with me like, oh, you speak Spanish, right? I'm like, I speak a little bit. She's like, oh, I love Spanish guys. And it's like, actually, it's just a funny last name for me. She's like, oh, like, it's cute. And I was like, when you guys just like talk Spanish to me, I'm like, well, I know a little bit of Spanish, but like, it's not ready for that. Plus, I was fucking exhausted. Like, I was in my eye doctor appointment, and I'm getting flirted with, and I'm like, I just want to see the fucking doctor. My eyes hurt. This is nice and all. It's nice to feel wanted, but babe, let me just get the fuck out of this. But like, I remember when I was in college and I went to Florida, and I came upon a whole bunch of gorgeous Colombian girls. I think they were Colombian. Oh my God, they were gorgeous. And they're all they spoke was taco. All they spoke was taco, and I couldn't put 3 words together. I was too nervous. They were too hot, and I couldn't speak it. I really regret not learning Spanish years ago, and I really regret that I didn't put 2020 to better use. I should have taught myself Spanish in all this time that I've been alive. I should have done it. I should have done it. I promise, if I make it through this year, if I make it through next year, I will teach myself Spanish. I will make that a New Year's resolution, guys. I will teach myself some Spanish next year. If I am still alive next year, if I still have a home over my head next year, I am going to teach myself Spanish. I think I have a few Spanish textbooks. I'll do the word of the day thing. I'll cover everything I know with post-it notes and how to say this in Españolo. I promise I will do it. Okay, Johnny, okay. Moving, protect your noggin, work out there. Kathos, Johnny, thank you. I'll be more careful. Susan, oh my God, my father was a butcher. Okay, Susan says, oh my God, my father was a butcher. That's so funny. We have the same birthday. Is it strange? Cool. That's awesome. Hey, Susan, question, Susan. So this is an interesting thing you just said. You went into law, but your father was a butcher. Did your father dissuade you from being a butcher and pushed you into higher education? Because I have noticed a lot of people who were raised by blue-collar parents were pushed into higher education because the parents did not want their kids to be blue-collar. And because, again, blue-collar workers were looked down upon for decades in America. For decades in America, blue-collar was frowned upon. Even in the movies, like, oh, the son of a plumber? Psh. I mean, in all those romantic movies and stuff, it's like, you know, the girl from the big city with the real job meets the cowboy, meets the plumber, meets the construction worker, and everyone's looking down upon their love, but gosh darn it, those abs! And he's a really nice guy. Like, it's like a cliche and shit. I'm very curious, did your dad want you to have a better life, and that's why you went into it, or was it just like, you know, curiosity? Because at least in my experience, that's how it worked out. And I was grinding my teeth, I think, as I was talking and getting annoyed, and I really got to stop doing that. Kathos, hi, Susan, wishing you and everyone a fabulous 2026. I wish every one of you a fabulous 2026. Cathos, love your boy Luke's, hey bro, love you twin. Hi. We need farmers to stay well. Agree. No cussing, please. My 5-year-old brother watches you, dude. No. I'm banning you. I don't want you watching me with a 5-year-old. I always hate when people tell me that. Like, oh, I'm watching you with my child. I'm watching you with my 3-year-old. I'm watching you with my 1-year-old. Like, no. I am not appropriate for children. YouTube streamers aren't appropriate for children. You fucking idiots. Like, no. If it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, why are you having a child watch a streamer or some adult man venting about the world? Have some sense. Like, it kills me that there's so many people, so many idiots with children. I would love to have kids. Like, dream in life, 6 or 7 kids. If I had kids, I would not be spending my time watching screens with them. I'd be a parent. Or if I were like a big brother or something, I'd be like a better role model. But I have so many parents who come on here and like watch streams with their kids. It's like, please don't do that. Like, I am not appropriate for children. This is not something children, I mean, I'm not like crude or anything, but for God's sakes, let the hours that I'm streaming, put the kids to bed, please. I don't like that I care more about your kids than you do. I really don't like that. Yeah, the pay farmers get is criminal, and hopefully one of these days that shit breaks. Happy New Year, Luke and brother. Kenna, I'm hungry, eat food. Cathos corporate government ruining farmers in the ground. It's awful. It's doing that all over the world, too. It's insane. I would love to see it if American farmers rose up the way the farmers are doing in the... Like, okay, a lot of the people in the European Union have no balls. Bunch of ballless, like, kneelers. But the farmers are rising up, and watching all those protests with farmers like blocking roads and bringing manure, covering the state houses and shit, and fighting back. I love that. I wish American farmers rose up. Like, if you learn about how the big companies are treating poultry farmers, they should be fucking locked up. If you learn about what Monsanto's been doing to farmers, they should be destroyed. They should be disbanded. They should be disbanded. The company should be broken up. Like these massive monopolies, oligopolies, whatever the fuck duopolies we have with farming, and like at all stages of it too. It's just like massive corporate like face fucking the farmers and the people lower down, and it's just like can't keep going on. It's destroying our food supply as well. So yeah, hopefully there's people rising up soon. And this is not some commie, fuck capitalism sort of talk, but it's like, no, we're way past what's right here. What's going on here? If you Ken, if you want to make small money, walk dogs. Not enough here in the city, hun. Freeway, it's 150 in Kenham. Just ate chocolate chip waffle. Nice, Freeway. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, okay. By the way, whoever sent me those cookies, whoever sent me the chocolate chip cookies for Christmas, they were amazing, and I very much appreciate it. And those cookies have like cheered me up like crazy, I destroyed both packages of cookies already. Destroyed them. Okay. Oh, I just finished them today. And I was sad that they were done, but I probably shouldn't be eating too many more cookies. But, oh my God, thank you to whoever sent me the cookies. Every time I reached into the fridge and saw those cookies, I had a smile on my face. God bless you. God bless you for thinking of me and getting me those wonderful cookies. I got 2 packages of cookies. And honestly, God, I still think back to the Christmas and the gifts, and I tear up a little bit. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much for those chocolate chip cookies. I really appreciated them. All right. Freeway, I didn't use syrup, sweet enough with a bit of butter. Oh, Chris, you're cool as fuck, annoying as hell at the same time, bro. You know what? That makes sense. I can see how both are true. Stacy, I was driving and had the best idea when you spoke of butchering. What about shear sharpening? I bet the city would pay for certification. I know there's a huge market for that. All I'm going to say. Shear sharpening? We don't have livestock for that. There's no sheep in the city, and most of the places that deal in live animals are staffed by mostly illegals. So it's really not much of an industry for me there. And they actually have, there are actually people who have vans and trucks who drive around the city sharpening knives. There's a bunch of people who have small businesses doing that, and a bunch of them are doing well enough where they have corporate clients who they work with and sharpen their knives. Freeway's way mine too, says Susan. Cathos out. Oh shit, chat keeps bouncing. Actually, I'm curious about something real quick. Curious about, I bet. Okay, did not happen. Oh, the vibration started again, yay. Freeway's way I eat mine too. I wish you were a guy. Cathos, I'll say trades is where it's at. 4 years and bought a home. My buddy who's an electrician got his in the same year. So a friend of mine, a friend I haven't spoken to in ages, but this wonderful young woman, so I guess isn't so young now because she's around my age. Actually, she's older than me. Oh my God. So, a long time ago, a pal of mine, I met her when we started college. And first year of college, she quit. She quit college and joined the Army. And she spent the next, 15 some odd years messaging me how much she hated the Army. Hated it. Fucking hated everything. But she would stay. She stayed because she wanted to serve her thing. And while she was there, she learned welding. And when she got out, she got some certification for welding. And I think there was some crazy thing that if you know how to do underwater scuba welding, you got paid some redonkulous amount of money. Like there's trades and then there's hyper specialized trades. And she went in balls deep. Well, not really balls deep, but she went in full on. She went tits deep. She went tits deep into welding. And she learned her craft in the Army, and then she got certification for normie stuff outside. I don't know how she needed a second one, but she did. And then she started studying for underwater welding, and that's around that time we stopped speaking. But last I knew, before that, she already bought her 2 houses for just being a welder. And then she was gonna make even more buku money once she went into like underwater welding. So yeah, if you have some good trade skills, you are good. What's going on here? Chris laughing. So in addition to other qualities, you're funny too. Wait, which one's your aunt? So I told my aunt not to participate in chat because she used her real fucking name as her username. And then, I don't want any of you guys knowing who my aunt is. Just in case. Just in case. I don't want to have to kill anybody who fucks my aunt. Make sense? Like, and then honest to God, I would like, if you see me getting salty about the treatment of my regular chat, how do you think I'd react if anyone starts piling on to my aunt? So unfortunately, I told my aunt she's not allowed to participate in chat. I think I might have muted her. But she still shows up, she still watches the chat, and she appreciates it. She also likes how nice all of you guys are. She also tells me how much she likes seeing how much you guys seem to like me and how much she likes the conversation. And she also says how much she likes seeing how happy I seem to make you guys. So she went from hating seeing me stream and getting upset about how I would cuss occasionally to actually becoming a fan, which is unbelievably heartwarming. My throat is drying. Where the hell did I put those drops? I don't know where I put those drops. Because I can't keep drinking water at night because then I got to pee all the time. KFOs, here you can rent a 2-bedroom home for $900, backyard, garage, and basement. Oh my God. Kathos, you're killing me. You're killing me. I wish. You know, honest to God, if I can start making that much money remotely, I'll probably move wherever the fuck you are. I'm really considering giving up the big city for like, if I get myself some good remote work and I can get back on my feet, the plan is to pay off my debt and move. And my big concern for a lot of middle America is water quality. Because unfortunately, a lot of America are another evil corporate thing. We're destroying our water systems. We're destroying our water systems. And I really don't want to move someplace where I have to worry about having to deal with either farm, what is it called? The shit we spray on our crops going into either my water or over my home, or going someplace where we have like already poisoned water supplies. So I overthink things like crazy. And when I move, I want to move someplace where I don't have to deal with any other problems that I already deal with now. But yes, I do love the idea of moving someplace where the prices are sane again, and like making us even a decent amount of money. Like I'll be okay. Because I remember back when I was making like 70-something thousand a year here in the city, I was struggling. I was still struggling, and I would tell my friend. I remember I was part of like World of Warcraft guild, and I was making more than my guild members, and they had houses. And I was struggling in an apartment. Like, the world is mad. Every time I do laundry, it's, how do I say this? To do a medium-sized load of laundry is like $16, $17. It's insane. It's insane. And I'm gonna stop complaining. But yeah, it's crazy to see how much better people can live price-wise. But like, how are the corporate jobs over there? And then if I did move to someplace like that, I might need a car. So like you pay less in housing, but then you have to pay the constant thing of a car and gas and maintenance. I don't know. And then I'm very curious about what's going to be like whenever I do get my license and do get a car. What's my insurance going to be like? For New York City, car insurance for new drivers is criminal. I'm wondering what's going to be like, in America, middle America. Your boy Johnny, ironically, I went to the ER today, caught the flu. Oh no, shit, Johnny. Drink plenty of liquids. If I were you, I would invest in, what is this called? Electrolytes. Give me one second. So get yourself one of these on Amazon. You can get this for like $20-something, but it has a shit ton of servings. And a long time ago, I discovered a way for me to survive colds, and then also like migraines, was to have electrolyte mix in the house. And whenever I'd be like too sick, chug electrolyte water, because your body's pushing it out when you're sweating and you're vomiting and you're peeing all the time and all that. You gotta replenish yourself. And if you do that, ever since I started doing that, my colds have been a lot less severe. When I was growing up, my family ended up letting me go to the ER all the time because they would let me dehydrate myself. They thought the best thing for me was to be in bed, sweating it out. Unfortunately, they weren't bringing me liquids. So what do you think happened? Poor Bernardo fainted all the time. Or I'd get so woozy, I would be like hallucinating. And then once I started hallucinating, then I went to the ER. And then sometimes my dad was such a fucking idiot that like, he didn't believe I was really sick until I started having, I would say I didn't want pepperoni pizza. If I didn't want pepperoni pizza, then I had to go to the ER. That's the gauge of my healthcare as a kid. I love my family, but Jesus, they could have done a few things better. So when I was a kid, I went to the ER probably a few dozen times because I was dehydrated. Later on in life, it happened a few more times, and then the doctor's like, you know you can have fucking Pedialyte, right? The guy spoke to me that way too, like, you know you should drink Pedialyte when you're sick, right, dumbass? I'm like, I didn't know that. I thought that was just for kids. Like, no, when you're sick or you're hungover, have some Pedialyte, you don't end up here wasting all our time. I'm like, huh, thank you for being an asshole, but also teaching me something. I hope you feel better, Johnny. Rest up, buddy. Rest up. It's called accountability, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, you're banned. Boy and Freeway, Boy and Johnny, good evening. Spell check. Chase. Hi, buddy. Hi. So Rocky's scared to hang out here because Belle has been like bogarting me. And she started swatting him away. It's kind of heartbreaking. Like, all of my cats are kind of jealous about me, which is beautiful and kind of sad. I wish the fuckers just all got along. So, let's grab Rocky. Come over here. Come over here. Let's get some daddy time. Let's get some daddy time. If anybody missed Rocky, he's getting fluffy again. I love you. All right, buddy. I'm gonna put you over here. Put you over here. There you go. There you go. Let's give you guys what the Rocky cam, because I know he's really the star of the show. Mr. Fox, you used to be able to go to school flipping burgers. Yep. And then good schools too. And then it got pushed down to community college flipping burgers. And then even community colleges, like, you're flipping burgers and taking out a loan. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, let's give more money to other countries. Yeah, totally, right? Yeah, we totally need to. Get married at 18, buy a house. Psh, that's the craziest thing too. You're seeing so many pundits out there. Just have kids early. Just don't even think about it. Have kids. Like, do you know how the world works? It's very weird watching Tucker Carlson and other people who are just like, you just have kids early. Buy a house. It's like, they were raised rich and do not know what it's like for the average American. It's really crazy now watching this character arc change for Carlson, where he's went from being hard right pundit to make middle America everyday man. It's like, dude was raised rich in private schools with a CIA dad. And now he wants everyone to go into carpentry and have kids without worrying about how to pay for them. It's so bonkers. Random rant. Johnny, have you been? Your household doing? Mr. Fox, but the GDP is up. Yep. This chat is all over the place tonight. I don't think I'm going to delete this stream. I think I have been pretty PC, but still. We got hidden messages, probably innocent. Stacy, oh my God, how is this hidden show? That's where I was at before. Assistant manager, Cosmopoof was the perfect trained monkey position, perfect amount of responsibility and decent pay. I bet, I didn't even look at my phone. I was just going through the general chat on my computer. I can imagine there's a shit ton of hidden messages today. Susan, message retracted. John, you say man from what? No, John, you're banned. I'm not putting up with idiots today. We just don't know. Wait, what's going on here? I don't know how the movie ends. Susan's laughing. Kanye West, welcome back, Mr. West. I hope you're doing well, sir. Mr. Boy Johnny, Susan, yeah, they got me. Susan, no, I'm the oldest. My dad taught me everything. Woodworking, car repair, real tomboy. You sound awesome. It was my idea to go to school. I worked my way through college. First year art, then I got real English history. Oh, you see, English and history are still really good things. Being a good writer is very important. Very important. I wish I was better with the English. I really wish I was better. But I'm not. My grammar skills still aren't where they should be. Oh, Johnny, they brought you down. Feel better soon. You sound awesome as hell, Susan. You really do. I'm glad your dad taught you everything. That is what a father should do. That is what a father should do. I want to be that cool dad one day. I want to be that cool dad one day who teaches my kids and my little girls everything, so they don't have to depend on people to take advantage of them. That's how it should be. That's really how it should be. Every father should love his daughters enough to teach them how to take care of themselves. Like this whole I'm going to raise a princess who just gets married to some, it depends on a guy bullshit needs to die. I actually don't like the idea of marrying a woman who's like can't take care of herself. I've come across a lot of super gorgeous women who are completely useless by themselves, Some are on the stupider spectrum, but some just like, they just could not, they've like throughout their entire life, they were either daddy's little girl or their boyfriend did everything for them. So they're completely unequipped for the real world. And I can never, ever, ever, ever get serious with a woman like that, because yes, I would always have to be stepping up, which is fine. But what happens if something happens to me? And then what happens if something happens to me after we have kids? I don't want to leave that behind. She at least has to know how to like take care of shit, or like how the bills work, or how life works. So I've always been after, like, if any woman I've ever dated had to be like smart, strong, self-sufficient, all that stuff. Like the idea of being with someone who can't understand the real world, can't handle the real world, needs me to protect her from everything, needs me to handle everything. I don't like it. It just like, and I know plenty of guys who love that sort of power over the women, love that dynamic, and I get it. And I also get the appeal on the other side of like, I just want the guy to do everything. I get it. But like, I was raised around way too much death. Too many people die early, too many tragic accidents, too many things happen to take away the love of your life, or like shit happens to young people. So the idea of like, if something happens to me, my family is fucked, I can't. It scares me. And I've already had too many close called experiences with death in my life so far. I can't. So I've said no to a lot of gorgeous women who like fit the wrong work for me. Stacey, now my kid is 15 at the movies with the friends. Hope you're feeling better, Johnny. You're welcome. I love how you guys all spend time to say hi to each other. I do love that. I was clenching my teeth way too much today. Oh my God. I hope this doesn't give me a headache. Is this upside down too? Because I'm scared like I'm in Stranger Things. How to say this? It's flipped because of reasons. YouTube's hiding most of my community. Susan, John, I have no idea what you're saying here. Xavier. There's plenty of salons. No one sharpens shears anymore. Really? You know the funny part is, Stacey? Okay, so that's what you mean. I thought you said shear sharpener, and I was thinking like for sheep. I was not thinking for salons. So I don't know what salons do anymore. I know most of these products have gotten so freaking cheap. It's probably cheaper to just like pull out another pair of scissors and then pay a guy to sharpen them. I don't know what salons do, but I know that there are some people who are making good business for themselves with vans going around the city, like sharpening knives and scissors. But that said, just like everything else, before there was one knife guy, then there was like 2 knife vans. This summer I spotted like 9 knife vans. So like very soon, I'm pretty sure prices might start dropping and competition might ruin it for the people who started this stuff. But who knows? We probably could still do stuff like that. Although I still find it funny that you call them shears. I say scissors. I speak salon. We normally have to send the shears in or get new ones. Oh my God, shears. Stacy says, hello, Auntie Nardio, if you're here. Creme de la Chem took the message back. Stacy said, dude, is that somebody a banned? Yeah, I banned the person. I know your aunt in real life. Dude, I'll fucking kill you. You fuck with my family. I will fucking kill you with no hesitation. Don't fuck with my family. At least the ones that I like. All right. Yeah, and the person got banned. Susan, water quality is decent in most areas, but if you're looking to work in remote, worry about Wi-Fi speed. That's another one. That's another valid point, Susan. We were just talking yesterday that, like, was it Philadelphia? They meter you? Like, it's so crazy that you have to put in so much thought into where you live. Because, yeah, what if I find the idyllic home with the wonderful community and everything else, but I can't work remote because not only are they metering you, but the speeds are ass. It's crazy. And it's also why so many other cities are like no-goes for me, because as a person without a license, I need places with mass transit. So that really does limit where I can go. I love how you're all calling out that one guy who says weird shit too. It's so crazy how people in chat. I'm really this close to putting, giving you guys mods and hoping for the best. Although I do allow people to kind of troll a little bit for the algorithm here and there, and also sometimes I do have a fucked up sense of humor, so I worry about the mod thing too. Xavier, do you hate your name Bernardo? Actually, no. I like my name Bernardo because I had to fight for it for decades. All through growing up to high school, I had to fight over people making fun of my name. Bernardo, Bernardo, like any play on the name they could do, they did. And I was also the shortest kid in school and the whitest kid in school. So I had to fight because I was everyone's they tried to make me everybody's punching bag. And in the ghetto, if you don't fight back, you're always going to be fucked up. And I had that spark of fight in me. I was not going to be the bitch. So after a while, if you kept calling me Bernardo, you got the taste slapped out of your mouth. If you pulled it out the next day, I'd punch you or put you in a headlock and beat the shit out of you. And you know what? After having a fight over my name for so long and earned the respect of my peers in the only way that worked in the ghetto, no, I like Bernardo. Don't call me Bernie. Don't call me anything else. Bernardo. That's it. And it's always weird. Oh, shit. Nergi discovered a shelf she shouldn't know about. I don't know if I want to let her up there. But Nergi discovered a shelf that leads to other shelves she shouldn't get on. Why does she open up? This always kills me when the girls visit. Nergi always opens up the most days before she has to go back home with Jasmine. And it breaks my heart every single fucking time. All right. What's going on? Where's Carter's D-Skin? Do you hate your name? So, yeah. By the way, I also plan on naming one of my sons Bernardo. I have to keep it going. I don't know why. My grandpa, he was kind of a success, kind of a failure. My dad, kind of a failure. And then me, turning into kind of a failure. But fucking still, I want to have one of my sons called Bernardo, okay? We're going to pass it on. That boy's going to learn how to fight and defend his fucking name. There will be another Bernardo Espanol out there, and goddamn it, I'm going to make sure that kid, I'm going to tiger mom my kids. I'm going to tiger mom my kids. I'm going to make sure they get into good schools or get into some good trades. I'm going to be the supportive parent my parents weren't, and I'm going to, like, do my best. But damn it, one of those boys is going to be called Bernardo. Give me a second. I'm going to chase a cat for a second. Go chaser, go chaser, go chaser. So Nerky and Rocky are playing again, which is really nice. I do find it annoying when almost everybody who works fast food retail can't say the word Bernardo. Like, I could say Bernard, and they get it. But if I say Bernardo, what? What you talking about? Like, oh, fuck me. Bernard, it's Bernard. In Starbucks, it's Bernard. Nice one, Stacy. Zinc, pollinate, echinacea, electrolytes, drink extra C every time. Dilly to Chili looking for group. Dilly said hi. Cat can get drunk too. I would never allow my cats. Stacy, Rocky, gotta call it chat, and the kitties, see you then. Sorry, Freeway, if I've been too much, but I also know it is late. God damn, I gotta go to bed. We're ending the stream soon. I gotta go to bed. I'll just catch up on chat, though. And Kitty, see you then. Freeway's good night. Good night, Freeway girl. Freeway. Da, 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 da. Susan, he was really cool. My dad loved country music, and it was his only fault. Country's kind of cool. Country's kind of cool. I am not against country music. So a real marriage is partnership. I think both have to have some kind of independence. Yes, you are right. I mean, there are plenty of people who make the traditional things work. There are plenty of people where the trad wife life is perfectly fine, and then it also works if you have a family to help. Like if I actually had like brothers and sisters and like a dad and uncles who were around, and we were all, because like there are families that are like they all support each other. So if something did happen, they'd be more than able to fill in the gaps and help out. I am not in that kind of family. My family's like sink or swim, bitch, and I can't have a wife in this environment like that. But if I were in part, like a lot of Spanish families, that stuff works because like other Spanish families, you have all those cousins and aunts and uncles, and they all support each other and love each other. And if anybody needs help here, they'll do it. They'll give you a job. They'll help you to place it. You could stay at our place. Like those functional families, you can have the trad wives. You can have the machismo male. You can have the guy who does all the fucking working shit, taco. You can have all that stuff, and it works because worst case scenario, there's plenty of people to help carry the slack if something were to happen. And, you know, there's something desirable about the mom who 100% focuses on the house, the kids, and to make sure they don't get brainwashed by what's happening in the mainstream schools and the media. I do see the appeal in that there. I am unfortunately not in a position where I can have that happen. I am basically on my own, and there's basically no one to turn to if shit goes south. So I'm afraid of having a wife completely dependent upon me. And I know that sounds like a beta bitch thing, but I think I'm being realistic. Because it's especially weird these days if you follow the modern red pill or modern macho man sphere. I follow it for the lulsies. I don't believe in most of it. But I do see some value in some of what they say. But the idea is you want to have the more traditional thing, but that's only if you can. I've come across way too many cases of like families where dad died and the family ended up on the street because mom couldn't handle it. And I don't find that right. Good night, Freeway. We at least need to know the basics, how to change a tire, check the fluids, the basics. Dude, I had a friend growing up. This is going to sound fucked up, but this is 1,000% true. I had a friend growing up named Sally. Sally solved every problem by sucking dick. I am not joking. Sally would suck her mechanic's dick. Sally would suck some cab driver's dicks to get to work. Sally sucked dick to make it in life. Not joking, not being vulgar. This is actually what happened. One of my childhood best friend was Sally. Also my crush, my childhood crush, one of my crushes too. And once we got into the teenage years and stuff, Sally discovered her feminine powers got her a lot of things in life. And I was her best friend since we were both in junior high school. And once we got to college and high school and college, around those points, she discovered she could just use guys. And so she didn't do a lot of things for herself. And when she ended up driving, I think she paid for her driving school by sucking dick. I think she got a car by sucking dick. She got her anytime she had car issues, she didn't learn how to change her tire. If I was around, she would do it, or she would call one of her cab driver friends, whose dick she would suck to fix these problems with her cars. You got to figure out pretty soon, very soon after figuring this out, my crush on Sally kind of dissipated, and. Yeah, I tried teaching her how to change a tire, I remember one time when I was changing her tire for her, as a friend who's never got my dick sucked by her, that, hey, you should learn how to change your own tires. She's like, but why? I could just have you guys do it. I'm like, but what if I'm not around? No, I'll just call one of the guys I know. It's like, one of the cab drivers? She's like, yeah. I'm like, she didn't want to learn how to do these things. There was another option. And now that she said that, in the whole context of the conversation, I can't help but think about Sally and how she approached the problems of life. Blah. I'm sure a few of you are feeling disgust, maybe a few giggles right now, but yes, I'm glad you were taught the proper way of doing things. To be, come on now, you were wrangling sheep. Come on, B, now you were wrangling sheep. I can see you in the hat, some chat. Oh my God. My Hanzo's $400 on sale, Susan Sheep. Johnny's working the data now, poor guy. We see those trolls. Okay, Scotty, message retracted. Susan, message retracted. What's going on here? Scotty Bikes, hello. I think a few of us we'd make good calls. What are we talking about tonight? Don't call me Bernie, Sites. Don't call me Bernie. I hate Bernie. I fucking hate being called Bernie. A random conversation, a lot of ranting, a lot of chats about nonsense stuff. Although at the end of the night, I do feel better, kinda. Although I feel like I ranted a bit too much. But then again, you guys seem to like it when I rant, so I don't even know. I don't even know. Susan says that I've been cutting my own hair for 4 years now. Ditto. I open package with the same scissors. Ditto. Although no. A while ago, my ex got actual scissors for us to use in the apartment, and she'd yell at me anytime I'd use it to open packages. So I tried not to use the scissors for the hair on packages. So now I have scissors for my hair and for cutting the cat's hair. It's for all our hair. And I have scissors I think I stole from an office a while ago for everything else. Country, no. Where are we at here? Yeah, my brothers need anything, I got them. Beautiful. Scotty, I like Sally. Oh my God. You know the funny part is, Sally is fucking gorgeous. Like, you know those supermodel Spanish women you see in videos? Those really gorgeous, hourglass, curvy Latin women? That's her. Super thick head of hair, perfect face. Sally is a 10 out of 10. Kanye West, that's crazy, not gonna lie. Thanks for clarifying. I was gonna ask. Man, it would have to be a complete transition relations and a new engine for me. So Sally probably wasn't getting what she was worth. No, she was not getting what she was worth. That woman could have done so much better for herself in life. She could have done so much better for herself in life. How big is it? It's large enough for you to fantasize about. That's how big it is. All right, we're with that wonderful chat, we are caught up. You know what? I'm not gonna, let's check the hidden messages, because most of them are probably completely innocent. So let's go through the hidden messages. Although I've been good about it. I've been so good about not checking, but now since that like my people that I actually like are getting hidden, I gotta check. Jay, you're back, hello. This is an airport, you don't have to announce yourself. You do not need to announce yourself. All right, back to the chocolate chip pancakes. Ooh. You know what, honestly, chocolate chip pancakes don't do it for me. Banana pancakes. Ooh. It's my jam. That's my thing. Hidden message. Stacy, my kid is super friend mode, freaking teenagers. My kid is in super friend mode, it's freaking teenagers. How is that hidden? You do the message. Message helps review. How is that hidden? It's the guy talking about he slipped. That was hidden. So 2:45 a.m. and the vibration started up, getting heavy. And so far, not that many hidden comments. Thank God. I really hate that you guys are getting hidden for like innocent things. All right, here's another one. That was dumb. That deserved to be hidden. What about that one? Scotty Bikes, I have your on. All right, Scotty, you got banned, you dumb fuck. Again, like, you have people who are in chat who are saying for a while and then they just say some shit that's so out of pocket. It's like, you're banned. Susan says, Stacy, I wish you were closer to let you cut mine. It's getting long. I just cut my hair like yesterday. How is that hidden? I don't understand how these messages are hidden. Okay, we're caught up. All right, let's go back here. We're back to cookies. So pretty much cut mine and all my family's hair, except I did get a real carrot for the first time in October. Cool. Jay, big hugs to you also. Your message about your rent. Sorry to hear that, guy. Thank you so much. Get your pancakes out. G-Man, Nardio, how's it, man, with your Christmas? And I was in those boxes. Oh, you missed it. So, dude, Christmas was amazing. Christmas was amazing. My community just stepped up out of nowhere and gifted me a shit ton of gifts, spent a whole bunch of money on me. I'm unbelievably happy. I cried in happiness. I got a whole bunch of cool stuff. I got like a pot. That was awesome. Whole lot of cat food. I got a bunch of clothes. I got sneakers. I had a bunch of nom-noms and stuff I need for my house. A whole bunch of stuff for the cats. It was beautiful. That's beautiful. I like plain cold pancakes. All right. A couple years ago, I discovered so every once in a while you can find these lot stores across Manhattan, across New York. These are stores that sell things that are like getting close to being expired or expired. I don't think they're supposed to be selling the expired stuff, but I came across pumpkin pancakes one time in one of these expired stores, and it was like our obsession for a while. This no-name brand of pumpkin pancakes was freaking amazing. You didn't need to add anything to it. The batter itself was pumpkin spice in pancakes, and it worked by itself. It had like chunks of pumpkin in it too. It was so good. And then we never saw the brand again, ever. Like the company made amazing pancakes and died. And by God, those were like some of the best pancakes I've ever had in my life. G-Man, hi. Jake, do you have family near to stay with maybe? Nope. Susan, hi. You missed it. Let's go down here. Let's not talk about the whole homeless thing soon. I'm about to go to bed. I'd rather be in good spirits, please. You missed the presents. If you go back to the Christmas stream, I think at the 9-hour mark, which is insane, I streamed for so long. I think I streamed for like 13, 14 hours. But at the 9-hour mark, I start opening the presents. I'm thinking about clipping that and turning it into a video. And if anyone wants to rewatch it, I think a few of you might. The dumb ones were mine. The presents were not. None of the presents I ever got were dumb. None of the presents I got were dumb. None of the presents I got were dumb. None of the comments I got were dumb. Well, from you guys. Wasn't a stream for the last little bit. I had a family over. Good. All of you guys, I encourage you not to watch me, to spend time with your loved ones. That's always a good thing. Awesome. You seem like a great cat owner, cool guy. Thank you, Jay. Jay, glad to hear that. Love to cut your hair. Susan said, Stacy. Susan, G-Man's nice to host everyone. Hope you're having help. Exactly. I got a bunch of new beads, Care Bears. Always wanted those as a kid. Nice. Hand warmers, Colorado's hockey team. Nice. Einstein Bagels used to make pumpkin muffins in October, December with cream cheese frosting. So good. Oh my God. I need to take those drops more often. We got a new cat bed. It's green. It has snowflakes. Nice. You should clip that stream. Yeah, okay, I'll clip it. You know, okay, so the reason part of me was thinking about clipping the whole present part of the stream, but also part of me wondered if that looked a little too self-centered or something. Like it's highlighting me getting presents. I don't know. Like it kind of seems a little vain. It kind of seems a little self-absorbed. But at the same time, the community did that, and the community seems to really enjoy watching that. And maybe it's people who missed it might want to watch that. And people do like watching people unbox things too. I don't know. I'm a bit too self-conscious. But if you guys think it's okay, I'll clip it and I'll turn that into its own video. G-Man, what are you doing for New Year's? Streaming tomorrow. So the plan is probably at the latest 8 p.m. I'm going to do a live stream and then stream until like 2 or 3 a.m. So if you guys want to hang out on New Year's or you got a free minute, I'll be on stream. I really don't want to be alone with my thoughts, so I'll be on here with you guys if anyone's around. Well, it was you getting presents. Yeah, but I don't know. I overthink everything, as you well know. All right, guys, it is 2:51 a.m. I was going to end the stream around 1 a.m. And I got into a rant, and time just went away. I think I got all the hidden messages. I banned all the idiots. hopefully, all the idiots. But it was a good stream. As always, it cheered me up. As always, you guys were here when I needed you and helped me get out of a bit of a funk. And you know what? I think I needed to do the rant too. I think I really needed to get the rant out of my system too, because I've been having the same conversation with people for the past few weeks, and it's always weird having the conversation where people think there are easy answers to it, and I just didn't think of what seems to be the obvious. And there are always these people who look upon my situation with like judgment or misunderstanding. And you know, even if it's me preaching to the choir to a few of you guys, I'm really sorry and sad and disappointed that Allie took that route, that condescending route with me. But I think also I needed to say it. I think it needed to be said to anyone new, to anyone who cares and watches and wonders and had all those similar sorts of questions, or really, you guys really don't know most of my story. Most of you guys only know me from the cosplay interviews or know me from the recent streams. No one here really knows my history of doing. Right, no. Oh, God. No one here really knows my history of doing blue collar work. No one really knows my history of like trying to get into all these trades or being dissuaded from doing what works these days. Like there's this idea, and I hate this idea, this toxic idea that everyone who went to college and is struggling now is an idiot and deserves to fail, and they're just not working hard enough. And it's like, nah, that ain't it. So I wanted to put a little, you know what, maybe I'll clip this part of the stream. I don't know, who knows? But I know this is self-centered, but I think I said some valuable things. And I think there was some value to this sort of thing too. Who knows? Who knows? Wait one second. Yeah, Allie had a weird rant. Yeah, there's a lot of it that I don't know if you guys even saw that I hid. But people have this knee-jerk reaction of judgment and like dislike to people who are struggling. And you know what? You know what? I used to have that too. I think back to about 30 years ago. And for some reason, this memory sticks into my head. Around 30 some odd years ago, I was chatting with a friend and her boyfriend was struggling. And he was going through the time and struggling. And I remember telling her, you need to dump him. He's a loser. If he can't make it, it's because he's not trying. I still remember that conversation from like 30 some odd years ago. This idea that I had in my head that if you're not making it, you're not working hard enough. And now look at me 30 years later, 30 years some odd years later, living through the humility, living through the flippancy, enduring that sort of same condescension I gave others. It's kind of crazy. It's really crazy. But yeah, a lot of us were raised. Americana still pitches the idea if you're failing, it's because you really haven't tried hard enough. And if you're trying hard enough and failing, well, you must be not telling the truth or everything else. And to have to get this humility through these lessons, I hope there is some value. I hope there's an end to this, because that's a good one. But I will say over my time, over these years, I have learned a lot of humility and understanding for people who are going through some struggles. Like, and this is why at the first you saw me with chat, like, look, I understand what you're saying, but it's not quite that way. But then Allie just went off and like, oh, okay, man, you gotta stop, buddy. You gotta stop, buddy. Don't talk to me like that. But that's what it is. That's the weird part where we're at. And then the funny thing is, if you follow social media, if you're on X or anything, there's this whole movement of just like organized, weaponized vitriol against the younger generations and against people who are struggling. Like, oh, you can't pay your loans, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, you should have taken those stupid degrees. Oh, here it is. I got it. Open it up. Okay, I got it. There you go. So I want to cut Belle's hair. Her mane is so long. Sometimes when she like cleans herself, the mane gets sucked into her mouth, like deep into her mouth. And when she was our cat, instead of just Jasmine's cat, I would trim her mane. Jasmine's letting her mane grow kind of unruly, and she gets like hairballs because of this. But I feel like if I trim her mane, I might get in trouble. We'll see. Anyway, it's really interesting. And I needed to kind of get this sort of like, this is who I am rent off here, because I actually find myself caring how a bunch of you guys actually do see me and understand me, because we are spending a lot of time together. And I worry that you're just getting the wah part of things and not understanding everything else. So for a while, I'm like, my God, I must be coming across as the biggest loser all the time. And this really hasn't been my life. Like, it's not always been the fail, but I feel like so many of you got introduced to me during this failure arc. And I worry about your perceptions through that. Like, does he seem like a serial failure, a serial grifter? Because there are people out there who make an entire grift off of like, oh, I'm in a tough spot, help. And I don't ever really want to come across that way. Honestly, this is like, while I've been very, very appreciative of having people around who were there for me during my tough times, I really hope I don't come across as someone who's just like the infinite victim. Because there are people who do that professionally, and I never want to be that sort of guy or come across like that. And while I was having conversations with family this weekend, their first instance when talking to me was to assume that I'm on drugs, to assume that I haven't tried, to assume that I was just like phoning it in or being lazy and whatnot. And having that from family was all sorts of infuriating. And then I found it especially weird too, like, it's so crazy to me that my family, their first thoughts are judgment, condescension, and just being overall dicks. And meanwhile, here my YouTube community of complete strangers has been nothing but welcoming and forthcoming and like helpful and giving advice and even helping with financial support. But the family, fuck that. It was so, like this weekend was so draining. And that's part of why I had like the migraine and why I just didn't have the energy to stream, because I reached out to a lot of family I didn't talk to in decades. And they were the same pieces of shit they were all those decades ago with me. Meanwhile, I log in here and it's like, how can we help? It's like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. I mean, look, I've been getting a brush to do bell with. Like, you guys are amazing. So yeah, I've been wanting to kind of have like a, hey, here's a little bit more about me chat without being too TMI, but I felt like I needed to explain myself a little bit. So yeah. And Belle can just be brushed all day. Yeah, this actually works as a really good pet brush. The angle on this is great. You pick some great brushes. You pick some really, really, really great brushes. I kind of don't really want to give either one of these to Jazz. I kind of want both for me, but she probably will need one. I could just tell her which one it is. She'll get it herself. Hi. All right, guys. Let me catch up on chat. I'll catch up on chat. Give me a second. Honestly, love doing the unbox. I need the freaking throat drops. I gotta put them on. I honestly love doing unboxings. I used to do Timo unboxings on Facebook. There's a huge community for unboxings. It's kind of crazy. Sometimes you gotta rant. Yeah. The weird part is like, one is like I'm scared of like just like turning off new potential people. Two, it's also like there's also like the fear of letting too much personal information out there. Three, it's like I am job hunting and like you got to be careful the kind of rants you do because everyone's butthurt about everything. But yeah. Good night, sleep well, B. Thank you, Susan. Good night, Kit Kats. You need to vent. It's good. You need to be heard. You were listening. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. I look upon it with worry. I look upon it with worry, and I really hope you and the kitties find a place soon. Thank you so much. Stacy, I got the coolest gadget for Christmas. It's a collapsible water bowl for painting. It has little bumpy things on the bottom to clean the brush and slots to hold the brushes. Nice! I heard of those. Yeah, Ali had a weird rant. Yes, Ali did. He needs to stop that. Any way I can help, let me know. Thank you, Jay. Stacy, you can post on Discord. Yeah, there's I created a streaming session on the Nardio stream thing, so there's a section on Discord specifically for the stream community. which is weird, isn't it? We should receive kindness, but it's weird, a lot of weird hate too. It is, but that's the world we live in. And honestly, I honestly do understand a lot of the hate that happens because there are people out there who are malicious actors and who just use kindness for greed. They're like, I get the distrust. I do get the distrust. Like, especially being raised in the community that I was in, full of drug addicts, and like kindness was weaponized by like addicts especially. Susan B, we're really trying to be here for you and let you have the room. You're just having a rough patch. We hear you. We got you. Thank you, Susan. Jay, we were in a motel for a few months after losing our apartment a few years ago, and I hope we don't end up that way. Thank you very much, Jay. I do appreciate that. No, you do not. You seem like a hard worker that's stuck in where we were a few months ago, summers ago. Thank you. G-Man, you don't come across that way. You're trying your best, and that's what you can do. Thank you, G-Man. I appreciate it. What's going on here? My sister's that way. Big hugs. Condescension from family isn't the most helpful. I agree. There are a lot of good people online. That's what's awesome. I agree. I found 2 and put them on Discord. Cool. Jay, that motel sucked. I wouldn't wish on motel on anyone. Might find a room or another apartment. I'm trying. Let's see what happens. Hope you're all well. We have our own stream section now. Awesome, B. You too, Susan. Have a wonderful night. All right. We are caught up and ended on a good note. Thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you for being cool. I'll check one more time. Oh, and I put it in general chat. Yeah. So there's a let me go to the Discord real quick. There's a Nardio stream section you can check out. It's somewhere in the chat. All right, guys, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up early for the super. Check out my apartment tomorrow. I wanted to get a whole bunch of cleaning done. Let's see. I gotta get some sleep. Wish you all the best. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy New Year's Eve, friends. Stay awesome. Bye, guys, and thank you for everything.